Oh, well, everybody know who I want next. I want Terrence Crawford next.
You're going to make that happen?
Huh?
You're going to make that happen?
Oh, definitely. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight everybody else want. Like I said, I'm going to get these straps that I'm going to go over there and take his shit too.
All right. Errol, congratulations. Terrific fight this evening.
Thank you, man. Down. Strap season. I know what time it is, baby. Terrence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt.
All right.
I'm not catching fades anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the board. Keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool full of sharks. Now they coaches, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switched codes, but he code switch focus. Staring down your team with a frozen, ice cold look that could end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game and the gang will accost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a mob star. Actually, I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibe, I'm the kingpin. They know I'm a dog and a beast, man. Yeah, I keep the peace with a piece, man. I ain't got no time for a piece, man. Why would I respond to a pawn? I'm the... Hold up.
If I let my dogs off the leash, then you might want to get out of Dodge by the evening. Honestly, think it's not the blood and the beef. If they don't leave anything behind at the evening.
I can see you soft, ever thought about retreating. If you never have, then they'll give you a reason. Better watch your tone, lose your bass when you speaking. Underneath the mask is the wrath of a... When you learn how to smile in their face, then go cutthroat. Then they wanna call you a con when the blood cold. I remember starving while y'all had a truckload. Now I'm with the mob with the call and the gusto. I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibe, I'm the kingpin.
Oh, well, everybody know who I want next. I want Terrence Crawford next.
You're going to make that happen?
Huh?
You're going to make that happen?
Oh, definitely. That's the fight that I want. That's the fight everybody else want. Like I said, I'm going to get these straps that I'm going to go over there and take his shit too.
All right. Errol, congratulations. Terrific fight this evening.
Thank you, man. Down. Strap season. I know what time it is, baby. Terrence, I'm coming for that motherfucking belt.
All right.
I'm not catching fades anymore. Gotta keep my hands clean when they come for the board. Keep it smooth like a dawn, making moves in the dark. Cause I learned how to swim in the pool full of sharks. Now they coaches, cause they can't read all his motions. How the kid never switched codes, but he code switch focus. Staring down your team with a frozen, ice cold look that could end the summer solstice. Cause I'm more like the top dog. Keep on running game and the gang will accost y'all. I be calling plays from a plane while I'm off court. But we ain't the same, you a lame, I'm a mob star. Actually, I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athlete. Laughing when the cop cars try to catch me. Cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pour strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode, I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, God vibe, I'm the kingpin. They They know I'm a dog and a beast, man. Yeah, I keep the peace with a peace, man. I ain't got no time for appeasement. Why would I respond to a pawn? I'm the...
Hold up. If I let my dogs off the leash, then you might want to get out of Dodge by the evening. Honestly, think it's not the blood and the beef. If they don't leave anything behind at the evening.
I can see you soft, ever thought about retreating. If you never have, then they'll give you a reason. Better watch your tone, lose your bass when you speaking. Underneath the mask is the wrath of a beast. When you learn how to smile in their face, then go cutthroat. Then they wanna call you a con when the blood cold. I remember starving while y'all had a truckload. Now I'm with the mob, with the call and the gusto. I'm a top dog on a stat sheet. Off court, but I call plays for the athletes. When the cop cars try to catch me, cause I rolled off in a taxi. Put my feet up, I'm relaxing. Singing Figaro with no accent. While I pull strings from the streets in. Do it all with a straight face, I'm the kingpin. Top dog, top flow, boss mode. I'm the kingpin. Showstopper, top dog, top five. I'm the kingpin.
There, man. Your boy. I'm like watching your boy now. I'm big on your boy Richardson Hitchins, man. I know I follow him. I like his style, man, but at times, man, we're gonna get into it, man. Let's get some people up in here, man, to talk this boxing talk. What's going on? I know it's been a long time, your boy out here trying to get the business straight. Um, I'm like, bro, this night of boxing, I didn't cover it because it just wasn't on my list. You know what I'm saying? It didn't strike me as one of them fights that you have to see. And I didn't think we was gonna get much, but we got a better fight. We got a better fight than I planned for. So I watched it and man, I thought Hitchison would come out and I thought Hitchins would dominate, you know what I'm saying, in a boxing manner, and boy was I wrong. Boy was I wrong. I'm watching him talk all this crap, you know what I'm saying, to Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying, and just talking trash. I know he's trying to, he's a hungry boxer, he's trying to get up into the elite, but you know what I'm saying, when he put on a performance like this against a dude that's marginal talent, right? A marginal dude, what's his name? Gustavo, what his name? This is crazy, bro. What's going on right side in the building? What's going on respectfully? What's going on, my brother? What's happening with you?
My brother Full Counter Boxing is in the building. Shout out to my brother Full Counter, man. What's the
Yes, sir.
PCB? I ain't heard from you in a minute. I ain't seen you live in a minute, man.
Hey, man.
Had to jump on and show your love.
Yes, sir, man. Had to get the, you know how it is when you got to get your business,
No.
going and everything.
Hey, hey,
Just
I'm in your boat right now. I'm going through hardships my damn self, so it is what it is. I
yeah,
understand. I
yeah.
understand.
The trucking market is terrible right now. What they're doing to dry vans, so I had to switch it up, and
Okay.
go to tanker. So that caused some training issues and things like that. So had to switch it up, and I'm on operator, so I had to get all that stuff, put together paperwork and training and all that stuff. So I had to switch it up, my big switch up. So you know what
But
I'm saying? So
but
mhm.
but we glad to see you back. We glad to see you back.
Oh, I ain't going nowhere. As long as I got a channel, you know what I'm saying? I don't be caring about the cloud or nothing like that. As long as, we got our community of folks that love this boxing, man. And, we follow it closely and, we can't stay away from it. I mean, what's his name? Pacheco guy? No,
Hey,
I wasn't impressed, bro.
and it's crazy. I'm a fan of Pacheco. I
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Pacheco,
he's
but
decent now,
but
but they're not giving these guys. They're not letting them fight enough for one to get the experience, right? Because all that stuff he's doing would get better if he fight more, especially
yep.
especially when they break the. Because I can see he got the mechanics, he got the stuff that it's going to take. He's going to be a good journeyman, but because of the talent right now that's in boxing, these guys are not. They're not the fighters of old because they're not getting the experience. They're trying to go to the top with 20 fights, 19 fights. Um, and that's just not enough experience. They got to get in that ring and they got to lose. They got to go against different styles and great opponents that's really hungry. And it looked like boxing is kind of like a hustle now, where people are just doing just enough to get the big money and then they dipping. And it's just like, wow, man, it's disappointing because you want to see those intermediate fights that's really good, And I thought this was a good fight for Richard Hitchins because he almost got knocked out, bro. Hey, Dub, he almost got knocked out by some dude we never heard of.
Well. The first thing is, I know who could,
Mhm.
and I expect this to be a good fight. I thought
Did you?
Richardson. I did. I expected it to be, and I'm gonna tell you why. I rock with Devin,
Right,
and
right.
Gustavo Lumon. The man moved up to 140 from 35. He was Devin's IBF mandatory. And
Hmm.
so, because I rock with Devin, I done seen Gustavo fight multiple times, and the man can fight. The man can fight. It is what it is. I didn't expect it. I thought Richardson Hitchens would come out and dominate this fight.
Yeah. Hmm.
I'm not gonna hold you. This was damn near robbery. I ain't gonna call it a robbery. I'm not calling it. It was damn near robbery though because in the fight, I thought Gustavo Lemon was the more active fighter. I thought he landed the better shots.
Me
Um,
too.
I did think that Richard Hitchison he utilized his jab to the degree I expected him to, but at the same time, even him utilizing that, he was still getting clipped by shots. And
Hmm.
the man's defense was subpar. Uh, in my opinion, I think he got it in this angle. Once again, I'm not calling it rubber. I did think it was a close fight.
Hmm.
I actually scored it for Lamont. I scored it for Lamont. I scored it
No, I
7-5.
feel you. I did too. I thought Lamar almost had him up out of there a couple of times, man.
Yeah, he was
You
hurt.
know,
He was hurt.
yeah. I mean, you could see how disturbed he was early in the fight. I mean, how uncomfortable he was with his back to the ropes. He's a boxer,
And but but
and
but that was
mhm.
the other thing. Why is your back on the ropes? I
I
don't
mean,
think he knew.
because my man came out with the pressure. You know what I'm saying? But he's supposed to be able to handle it. He's supposed to come with the check hook. The left check hook, the movement. You know what I'm saying? The
He
pivot.
wasn't. He didn't pivot.
Hmm.
He didn't pivot nearly enough. He didn't
Hmm.
get. And what I was expecting from him is not what I saw. You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't think he pivoted enough. I didn't think he used, like you just said, the check hook. Uh, Matter of fact, there were times where I was kind of wondering. I'm like, I'm not sure what the game plan is right now for you. I'm not quite sure because you're getting teed off on to some degree. And
Well, as of now, I kind of see why Mayweather shelved him. You know what I'm saying? Because with all this, because he's been away from Mayweather for a few years now, and
about two
instead,
years,
and
about 2 years now.
right, yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, what I'm saying, because he was already, training with Mayweather, and I haven't seen him improve. You know what I'm
I
saying? I
haven't
mean,
either.
I've seen him get a little bit sharper, but I haven't seen him improve. So to the point where he can challenge a Devin Haney, or I'm saying, not that I'm saying that he don't deserve a shot, but what I'm saying is his skill level hasn't improved for all of the mouth and stuff that he's given about Devin Haney's career and saying all these things about Ryan Garcia and people like that. Bro, I mean, bro, you was struggling in there, bro. You was tripping from the beginning. I'm like, whoa. I was
But
like,
but
now this is. Hmm.
I gave
Go
him
ahead.
a pass. He was the IBF mandatory for Sabril Matias. According to him and his team, he said we don't like the 10-pound rehydration clause. Okay, I'm gonna give you a pass for that. If you don't like that rehydration clause, cool. After this fight, nah, I don't give a damn about the rehydrate. If you fight a Devin, if you fight a Matias, if you fight a Teofimo Lopez, even Teo, even Teo, and I think that styles make fights. I thought that Richardson Hitchison had a bad style for T.O. The problem is he showed us tonight that when he comes up against pressure fighters, he ain't got no problem letting his back rest against the ropes. And that's the
Hmm.
last thing you do against pressure fighters. And so even with Teofimo Lopez, I changed my opinion tonight. I think T.O. put hands on that man. I think
Yeah,
they'll put hands on him. I think Matias will put hands on him. He,
yeah. I think
like you said earlier, we haven't seen improvement, and that's what we need to see from you. And in this fight, against Gustavo Lemon, and once again, even though he was Devin's mandatory, Gustavo Lemon's resume isn't crazy. He ain't fought nobody. You know what I'm saying?
right. And I was about to mention that. I just want to say what's going on to boxing magic Mexican side. What's happening, bro? Eden the remix in the building. So what's going on, man? Salute to you, Nathan. What's on? Salute to you, bro. And Kevin Ringo and man the 300 showing up. That's what's up. You know, yeah, man. I was just like I didn't get excited until I seen him take them shots. I said, wait a minute, he look a little wobbly. His legs is just look, he took a shot. I said, wait a minute, he don't got no chin. I was like, oh my God, bro. And this guy here, I mean, he don't really have a tricky style. Like it's almost like Hitchins, he didn't keep his range. He just stayed too much inside the pocket, just inside to get clipped. And I'm like, bro, this dude is pretty simple. You know what I'm saying? You're a pro. You one of the Mayweather S type of offense and defensive type people. And I was like, man, you're too smart for this. But then it just goes to show you that he underestimated this guy's range, and he kept getting clipped over and over. I'm like, what is going on? So when he would back him to the ropes, I was just so surprised that he just didn't get up. So a few times he did it right. But I think it comes from not fighting often enough. Shaking off this ring rust type stuff. Because at one point he did get into a rhythm, but it wasn't consistent. And he let my man, he was in control for a couple of rounds. Yet he let Lemo get back into the fight, right? He started getting tired again, and he started taking big shots. And I was like, oh my God, bro, look like he is about to get knocked out. And it was so funny listening to Carissa Shields root for him, and the guys were mad because Carissa Shields were was like, are you rooting for him? He's like, you're supposed to be neutral. And she was like, she couldn't help herself, you know what I'm saying, because she was trying to coach him from the stands and stuff, and I thought that was just so funny, bro. How she was rooting for him. Hey, keep your hands up. She was telling him, you know what I'm saying? Did you hear that? Did you hear that part when she was coaching him?
I didn't see the coaching. I didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I had the TV on mute while I was watching. I always watch fights on mute, so
I understand.
I ain't hear that. All I'm saying though, at the end of the day, man, I expect so much more from. And once again, I think Africa a great fighter. Let me rephrase that. I think he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter.
Right.
But I have always said the only reason I give him credit, and this is just honesty. It's not because of who he fought. It's because of how his contemporaries talk about him. You know what I'm saying? But what you have to come to realize is that when you're friends with the same individuals that's talking about you, you know, you ain't never heard Devin talk good about Africa. You ain't never heard it. The reason being because Devin ain't friends with none of them niggas. But we done heard Shakur talk good about him. I give Shakur a lot of credit. And the thing is what we saw tonight, in my mind, if he fights like that against any of the top level guys, he get his ass beat. And it's questionable if he didn't get his ass beat tonight. It's questionable.
Right.
It's very questionable.
Yeah, I would say so. I would say the same thing, man. Eden the Remix says they all execute the Philly shell, but really don't know how to use it. That is true. What's going on, Cobra Head Sports Entertainment? He says Richardson needs to worry about his career and not. Exactly, bro. That's my point. You know, so that's why I had to rush on here because I was like, Richardson, he's one of them guys that's just one step. He need to add a couple of things to his arsenal. I mean, he got the boxing. Well, I can't even say he got all the boxing down because
we thought he did. We thought he did.
Right.
We thought he did. We thought he
right.
did.
And when I saw the opponent, I was disappointed because I already, mentally put him up with Devin them just because of the shit he talked, even though I knew he haven't really fought the level of opponents that Devin has fought. But he's trying to sell himself. But then tonight shows that he ain't ready. And I was just so surprised by that because when you fighting lesser opponents, you just look awesome, right? You just look like, what I'm saying, you just look like the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I was just like, man, I like this dude, man. But then all that holding, bro, did you see the holding? I was just like, oh my God, he was
Hey,
holding like he was fighting. Mhm.
now you remember when Devin was fighting most they came out with a hold and they started scoring up. I mean, they was counting the holes, the clinches. You remember that?
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't think he would
My
have to
God.
do that. Well, I thought he had him for one
Let,
second before he got
let
the
me ask you
second
this.
win.
Let me
Mhm.
ask you this, Paul. Does he beat Regis?
Oh no, hell no, no.
He 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 might get stopped. He might get stopped
Yeah,
by Regis.
yeah, he'll get stopped by Regis because he run out of gas too quickly, man.
And
If
that
you
was the
just,
other thing. What's with the gas tank? Go
but
ahead, my
bro,
bad.
it's that not fighting enough. They're not fighting enough, bro, and they're not hungry. You know what I'm saying? If you're hungry and you prepare yourself, what I'm saying, for the ring, knowing that the gas tank is very important, and you're a boxer, bro, you should never run out of gas. And he used way too much movement. Way too much movement, bro. I mean, not for an opponent like that. You should know the range. This guy's arms were short.
But
You
but
know what
but
I'm saying?
even with the movement that he used, it wasn't effective. And
Right.
that
I mean,
that, that was the
at
biggest.
some points it was, but what I'm trying to figure out is why, because he's in and out, but why did he allow himself to get clipped with the counters? You know what I'm saying? This guy, I mean, because for a long time he was able to avoid that stuff, but he don't have the I don't know. It's like he don't have the consistency, what I'm saying, to keep the time. And once he get the timing of the guy, look like he should keep that and know what to do. And for a while there, he had it. Then all of a sudden, this dude recharged on him. You know, this dude Lima recharged on him, and it's like, dang man, he started getting hit over and over. So I was like, what is missing from his arsenal? His boxing IQ seems to be good at certain points and times, and then he just forget the data that he just collected. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if that's just due to not, fighting top opponents and being able to push yourself, or because when you get tired, you start making mistakes. And it looked like that's what the problem was. Like he just couldn't. His legs is his defense, and looked like his legs were just getting tired. He was getting hit to the body a lot, and maybe that's what slowed him down. Because Lima could hit now. I could tell he could hit because he was just throwing from the beginning. And I thought Hitchison did a good job of holding them and wearing them down a little bit, but he didn't take advantage of it. He didn't hurt him back and take some of it back. That's why his corner was telling him to go to the body, to take some of that energy out, and he paid for it in the second half because he didn't go to the body in the first half, which is his corner was telling him, go to the body, man, and he just wouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? He'll go a couple of times, then he'll run around, and this guy, this got his second win, and he had all kind of trouble, bro. I was just like, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it, Dub.
I ain't gonna hold you. I think that if you look at the styles and the weight as well,
Mhm.
I think we'll see the best out of him at 40. I mean, excuse me, 47. Um, I understand he didn't want to fight in the IBF because he felt like the 10-pound rehydration clause was
Mhm.
going to be a problem. The other thing is though that outside of that, what you got to understand is that a lot of times, man, he done been that weight too damn long. He need to move up. He need to go ahead and start fighting at 47. Um, and I think he'll be a little more effective there.
Mhm.
At at the same time, I'm not here to give any excuses to any fighter. And he was getting hands put on him. He was getting hands put on him.
Yeah, I agree, man. What's going on, Dave? Skates all day. He says, Pool, I haven't caught a lineman forever. Yeah, I've been trying to get my business together, y'all. I had to switch up the tanker. So, that involves a lot more stuff, being an owner operator and everything. He says, he says, he says that, yeah, she was loyal. Yes, she was, man. I was just proud of her, man. She was like really rooting for Richardson Hitchins, and man, he was looking bad out there, bro. At one point I thought he was just fit to get knocked out. And if that dude was a little bit better, if he would have had some Castano type of
It would have been over.
stamina, and it would have been over, bro. It would have been
But
seriously over.
but
He would have
but
been knocked out,
but
TKO.
Paul, I gotta ask you this, Paul. I gotta ask you this.
Hmm.
We've all criticized him, Richard Hitchison or Hitchins, Richardson
Hmm.
Hitchins. We've criticized him for not fighting the best opponents, not really being tested. And now I didn't even think this. I thought this should have been a showcase fight for him, and it wasn't.
Hmm. Yeah,
What
I'm right there with
how,
you.
how, how,
Go ahead.
how do we judge him now? How do we judge him?
Well, that's the problem. We can't do what we do because they don't fight enough, right? Was this something where he's just coming off a layoff, a long layoff, and he's just rusty, and what I'm saying, he just needed, what I'm saying, a warm up fight. These guys are not fighting enough to, what I'm saying, to get the rewards off of what they building on, right? Like he's fought this fight, he need to fight another fight. You know what I'm saying? He needs to get in there again so he can sharpen up and he can get his skills together. But these guys, they take 6, 7 months off and then they have
The
to come
man
back
says he
in.
wants. The man says he wants to be a champion. What champion he going to get in the ring with and beat right now at 40?
His best bet is Pitbull. That's his best bet.
Pitbull
Probably
stops this man. Pitbull stops this man.
Yes, he do. I think all of them do. Tell you the truth, but that's his best bet because messing with Haney is getting all kind of crazy experience, and I think it's making him a better fighter. I think you already know Matisse is a problem. You know what I'm saying? He's already ready. Um, they can only hope that his fight game is off after the surgery on his hands. And if you think about my boy Pitbull is hungry as hell.
What
He
about
eating up all.
Teofimo Lopez? Teofimo.
Oh no, oh no, he too athletic. He too explosive for Hitchins. I think if he hit Hitchins in the jaw, it'll be a wrap. I think that'd be an easy fight for Tio. Because he loves to come forward. He loves to jump forward and ambush you. And I think he'll get hit by one of those rights, on them crazy left hooks, and he'll be up out of there, man, messing around with Tio. He got too much talent for him, man. Just natural. He's just a naturally gifted athlete, and I think he's a better athlete than Richardson Hitchins, right? I hate to say that, but I thought he was going to improve. I thought he was going to but he's still looking kind of like mediocre in there.
You,
Um,
you,
I, mhm,
I disagree with you, and the reason I
mhm,
disagree, I only disagree with one, and that's
mhm.
Tio. The reason I disagree with Tio is because styles make fights, and Tio struggle fight. He struggles when he has to come forward in the fight. He struggles there, and the thing is Gustavo Lemon, that man, he doesn't struggle when he comes forward. He struggles going backward. You know what I mean? And so tonight, what did we see? He was on the front foot. He was on the front foot the majority of the night. Why? Because that's how he fights. If Tio got to be on the front foot, then that's where Tio struggles at. And so I would pick. I think Richardson. Oh yeah, Richardson has a chance against Tio, but anybody else, man, I
Well,
think he gets dominated.
well, I just think it would come down to a fight of attrition. What I'm saying, if it ever came between him and Richardson, I think Richardson don't have the dog that Tio has. I think Tio has been in more adverse situations. And even though he's not that good coming forward and tracking you down, I think he would put it on the line for Richardson because he don't have the power to hurt him. And I think that would give Tio the edge he needs to go ahead and get in them and land the shot. You know what I'm saying? Because Richardson will get hit, and we saw that tonight. If he would get hit by this journeyman, he will get hit by Tio. And Tio can hit 10 times harder than this guy. You know what I'm saying? And he's more explosive. So that's why I think Hitchison, he's gonna have to really pick his game up. If he pick his defense up and he get his range together, he'll be something like something like your boy, what's his name? Damn. It's like escaping my mind. That's so sad. Um
What
he'll
division?
be
What division?
uh 135. Oh, Stevenson. Stevenson.
The
He'll
court?
be a, he'll yeah he'll be more like
No.
Shakur if he got his defense together and he got his range. You couldn't touch him. I'm saying if he's improving on his defense, that's his problem. Is that he's not improving on his defense.
But
His
but but
offense. Mhm.
but that's supposed to be his bread and butter from the beginning. That's always he's always modeled himself as one of the best defensive fighters, one of the best fighters with a great jab. You know what I'm saying? That's
But
what
that's fine. But that's fine. But what I'm saying is he
but what
can't.
we're saying is that's not true. That's not true.
What? Uh, well, that's why I said he needs to improve. If he improved his defense, if he's improved his defense, if he was everything we thought he was, he would be somewhere up in that kind. Because he's a Mayweather S type of skill type fighter, but something is missing. You know what I'm saying? He's his boxing IQ is not catching the range, the data on the range, and he shouldn't be getting hit with the shots he's getting hit with. That's why I was so surprised tonight. And I said, if you pit him up against the guys who are fighting the fights like Matisse and Devin Haney, they stay in sharp because they know they got to keep fighting to stay sharp. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think he's going to last against like a T.O. Even though T.O. don't fight as much, but he's got that athletic ability. The dude is his athletic ability and explosiveness is on another level, and he knows he's confident. He could catch somebody who's who don't have a power punch like Hitchins. I think he would just walk through Hitchins. You know what I'm saying? I think he would try all kind of shit to get in there and throw. You know what I'm saying? And knock his ass out. I just don't think Hitchins is there yet. I think he still need to go back and thaw out a little bit and work on his skills a little bit and before he start going up into the upper echelon. Not top 10 yet, not top 10, maybe top 20, something like that at that division. Uh, um, like you said, he might be at that weight too long, and maybe he needs to move up. But you already know what's waiting on the next level. You already know what's happening there. So I don't even think he want to look that way. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
if he move up, I don't expect him to fight a Boots. But if he move up and fight somebody like oh shit,
Like a Blair Cobb.
nah, well, Blair fighting um Blair already got a fight. He already got a fight, and he no longer. I'm looking for somebody in. Let me see. If he move up and fight Alexa Rocha, I think he
Oh
beats
man,
Rocha.
he get his ass beat by Rocha, bro.
You think
Uh,
Rocha beat him?
bro, come on, bro. You just saw
I
somebody
think,
less than Rocha tonight. You know what
but
I'm saying?
but
Well, I
I
mean,
think that. Go ahead.
mhm.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. This dude, you think this dude he fought tonight is better than Rocha?
No, I don't think that he is
Hmm.
better than Rocha, but I do think that Richard. I think he's been at the weight too long, and I think he looks
Okay,
much better. We said for what the last however many Devin fights, Devin that he had no punching power, right? But
right.
then when he moved up against somebody who I think we'd all agree has a chin in Regis, he was able to hurt Regis multiple times in that fight. I think
Yeah,
that's the same thing with Africa. I think when Africa moves up, I think that he has more punching power. He's not draining himself as much. One of the things that I always look at, once you tell me that I'm not trying to fight at with the IBF because of the rehydration clause, then I
hmm
know okay, you struggling to make the weight. You struggling to make the weight. You know what I'm saying? And so I just think that I think he'll be better at 47 than he is at 40 right now.
and you might be right, Dub. You know what I'm saying? But my problem is with all of them, and I'm talking about even with the best of them, they need to get in the ring more, bro. I mean, because then you can see their improvement more. It's just hard to compare it unless you're just watching film day to day. You know, you used to be able to watch fighters in real time as they improve, but it's just hard to do that when they're taking these long breaks and then they expect to get into the ring and perform like they're super sharp. You know what I'm saying? And that's not what's happening. We got guys who are rusty. We got guys who are, can't cut off the ring, little basic things that, we noticed that they could do 2 fights ago, but now they can't do it because they didn't work on it. It's just kind of weird the way boxing is going now. Dave Skates out. They say his jab was good, but looks like those shots bothered him, and he ain't have much pop on his shots. He says Devin Washington, all these ninjas. Then he right. I mean, but if you got a hard nosed guy, Dub, and he's in there and he's like really getting the fights in, and even if you ain't fighting the best, long as you staying active, maybe 3 fights a year, I would say 3 fights a year. You know what I'm saying? Stay sharp, stay competitive. I mean, it's just hurting these guys in a major way, and they look like they just kind of in it for the money, which I
But
understand. They're pride. Go ahead.
the problem is, Prize, is I agree with you. 3 fights a year would be great.
Hmm.
And what we see is that those individuals who don't command that type of money, those individuals coming up, when we talk about Shushu Carrington, when we talk about what's his name? What's my brother, the heavyweight, Big Baby Anderson, even though I ain't a big fan of him. When we talk about Tiger Johnson, yeah, they're gonna get the opportunity to fight
Hmm.
3-4 times a year. When you a champion, when you up the upper echelon, if you fight 2 times a year, you're doing a hell. Excuse me, you're doing a hell of a job, and especially depending on the promotional company, because we see at this current moment in time, one of the reasons I think PPC they don't put on the best fights this year, in my opinion. At the same time, they don't keep young fighters active, and you got to make sure you start accordingly. So if I'm a young fighter, I got to make sure I understand. Okay, I'm gonna rock with Top Rank, right? And the
Hmm.
reason I'm gonna rock with Top Rank is because they can. We done seen Shushu last year. I think he had 4 fights. Uh, um, Abdullah Mason, I think he had 6 fights last year. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna keep you active. At the same time, once you get into that championship range, you looking for money and you looking for status as far as fighting the best fighters. And so you got to be able to negotiate that type of piece of it. But at the end of the day, if you somebody like Africa Hitchins, no, you need to be active. That's what you need to be focused on is activity because you older than a lot of these guys, and you ain't been fighting nearly as much as these guys have been fighting.
And I agree. I think that was part of his problem tonight because he looked totally unprepared when he going back to the ropes, and I was just like, that's like. Now I've seen him in other fights where he was comfortable, going back to the ropes, and like I say, he don't use the ropes to get himself off there. Sometimes he's trying to get his jab in. I'm just looking at his boxing IQ and his decision making. Sometimes he knows how to do the check hook off the what I'm saying, off the ropes and everything. But for some reason tonight, he just seemed like he wasn't ready. And then he was just this guy was tough now. He was coming. I understand like the man made a reference to I think it was Ortega. He was talking about that Ortega Forrest fight, right? And where Forrest was like the sharpshooter, and what I'm saying, Ortega was just this wild man coming forward. And I couldn't understand that fight either. I was like, God damn, Ortega used to just come in and he could just beat Forrest. And no matter what Forrest did, Vernon Forrest did, Ortega was just he did. But Ortega was bad. He was a quick, strong dude. This dude here just seemed like he didn't seem like he was on that level. And I was just surprised that Richardson Hitchins wasn't ready. Like you said, this is supposed to be a showcase fight for him. And this made him look terrible. I mean, he should never talk about Devin Haney again. He should never talk about any of the top guys in his division again. Talking about Matisse would destroy him. And I don't know if it's a thing of weight drain. You know what I'm saying? But if it is, he need to get the hell on out that division. But I mean, shoot. I mean, he was shelved by the Mayweather camp, and looked like we starting to see why. That's all I'm saying. Look like we starting to see why. Cobra Head Sports and Entertainment says, I noticed whoever has a fight or something said they bring up Haney during the fight week. He says Haney is truly a young star. Yeah, he's starting to like really be the face of boxing. Really, I mean, well, Tank, he's entertaining, but you got Haney name is starting to like really resonate now for boxing. He says PBF was a beast. He says Chinko didn't know if he was coming or going. Ripped to the brother. Oh, talking about, who are you talking about? PBC. Who is that? Doug.
I don't know PBF. I don't know PBF.
PBF. I was thinking Purnell, but I say no. What is that? PBF.
I don't know who
Chico.
PBF is. I have no clue. I ain't. Don't get me the line out here. Don't get me the line.
I ain't trying to get you to lie. David's case out there said this looked like Bronner versus Madonna, except Hitchins ain't get dropped. Yeah, he almost did though. The dude was trying his ass off. That's what made it an exciting fight because the dude really came in. He was hungry, and you could see it. And I was just like, when I seen the look on Richardson Hitchins' face in the corner, I said, this dude is struggling, and that just really just blew my mind that an opponent on this level was going to give him any trouble with his legs movements. And I was like, damn, dude, it's like, what's going on? So, it got interesting.
Did you hear any of what his coach said?
Yeah,
before the fight, how they said this is easy work. This is gonna be a domination. Did you hear that?
Yeah. Maybe they was just trying to pump him up. I mean, I just like you said, Dub. I thought this guy, because of his boxing skill, he was on a whole nother level. And I even mentioned him in some of my live streams that I just think he got what it takes, boxing IQ and speed. And I mean, he threw very few jabs. Did you see that early on? He threw very few jabs, like he don't have no stamina or something. He should have been picking this guy apart. And he had the guy, like Eaton the remix said, he had him a few times, intimidated, had him coming in slow, and he was controlling the pace, but then he just lost it at some point. He lost the country around 7, 8. He lost it. And I was just like, man, what is going on in this kid's head? Because he can't play around with this level of opponent. His trajectory is to be one of the stars at 140. And I like, with this performance, I think he's taken 3 steps back. You know what I'm saying?
There was no it wasn't the hesitation didn't come with playing. It came because, once again, and I think we got to make sure we give credit where credit is due.
Mm-hmm.
Gustavo Lemos, when I watched that man fight probably about 4 or 5 fights. In those fights, he looked so impressive. He goes and he dominates those fights. You know what I'm saying? And the only reason I know who he is, once again, I tell you why, is because he was Devin mandatory. And I'm a Devin fan. You know how I am. Right. And so I watched Gustavo Lemos multiple times. When I saw him moving up, I was like, okay, he's moving up, but Africa still should put hands on him. I was wrong. I ain't got no problem saying when I'm wrong, but I didn't expect it to be what it was. But I will say we have to give Gustavo Lemos credit. Like I said, I scored a 7-5 for him. So,
yeah, I mean, man, you talking about somebody with their mouth open, and I'm just like, wow. And then even in the end, man, Richardson, he tried to turn up, but he still almost got knocked out, man. I could hear it in Carissa Shields' voice, that she was concerned that this man was going to get knocked out. You know what I'm saying, on her telecast. And I know she didn't want that. Even the guys got mad with her because she was rooting for.
What were we calling the fight at? I didn't even know she was calling the fight. What she called it
at? You talking about what the event was? I don't know where the event was.
No, I mean, she was at the event.
Yeah, she was calling the fight. Yeah, and they did Amy Baumgartner. She was there, and they did their little talk back and forth. But they was like pissed with her because she was rooting for Hitchison, and even though he ended up winning 17-11, bro, that was out of bounds.
If we want to call robbery, I'll call robbery on that one. 17-11? My God.
17, man, bro. That was
what the hell were you watching? What were you watching?
What were the judges watching, bro? I mean, shit. I was like, but you could say for the telecasters, they were going for, they was just giving Lehman all kind of credit and praise even when he was getting his ass whipped. You know what I'm saying? They was trying to give him, you know how they try to give certain fighters rounds even though they close. And I hate when they do that. But, Hitchins, he kind of opened himself up to it, by letting this guy in, getting caught and, having them shaky legs and always retreating. I don't like that. I mean, boxing, I understand, but sometimes you got to stand your ground. Sometimes you got to go toe to toe a little bit. You can't always just retreat across the ring. And I think that's one thing I hate about Shakur Stevenson's style. And saying stand your ground some. You know what I'm saying? Go.
Hey, Paul, how did you score the fight? How did you score it?
Oh, I didn't even score it. I just kind of looked at it, bro. I mean, I didn't score it, but I thought that I thought Lehman won. Saying by a couple of rounds. Saying I thought he outworked Hitchison. I thought Hitchison was inactive. I think he did more damage, even though Hitchison did hurt him. Saying a few times in the fight. I think he caught him with some uppercuts. But I think Lee, I think he made the fight. I think he was the aggressor. Saying all that. Saying so. I did think he beat Richardson Hitchins in this fight. Saying by maybe a couple of rounds. Saying I think Hitchison gonna have to do better. He gonna have to separate himself a whole lot better than he did tonight. If you're talking about fighting top guys, I mean, I could see Pitbull. He hungry as shit, man. Pitbull, man, he coming straight at you, and he's a hellified pressure fighter. What I'm saying? If he's having problems with, and then he's hard to hit too, because he got that low center of gravity and he's got that tight defense. He'd be a nightmare for Hitchins. This version of him, anyway, because this version didn't look very strong. And I know the kid don't have a lot of power, but maybe it's just that he haven't been in the ring. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe just because he hasn't been in the ring in a while, and he'll look better once he, jump back in now. You know what I'm saying? What's that? Eden say he needs to leave Brooklyn and move out to the country, Houston or something, so he can train. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys are just not into the craft and everything. Like Jamel, they done made their money, and I'm just kind of sick. I'm just like, bro, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? Chi Rider, West Sider 23. He said, salute to the panel. He says, how bad y'all see? But he said, I don't think Hitchison will take that fight right now. I mean, I don't think he'll, unless it's just a money grab. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he can afford to take a L like that. Well, I mean, Matisse is pretty good. So
he already turned the fight down. He already turned. Well,
I thought. Go ahead.
No, you got it.
No, I thought my boy needed hand surgery or something like that.
Well,
and,
the thing is, he did, but at the same time, Africa was the number one in the IBF. That's the championship that Matias got right now. And what he said is that he couldn't make and I brought this up earlier, but the rehydration clause, it's only a 10-pound rehydration clause with the IBF. He said that he couldn't make that happen. So he told his team, don't put him in the IBF no more. That's and so I don't know. And that's why I say, like I said earlier, maybe you're just too big to be fighting at the weight. Move your ass up.
This is sad, man. This is really sad. Oh, and what did you think about the what did you think about your boy Tim Zoo? You know what I'm saying, losing. You heard me?
Yeah, no. The first thing is I was sad. I was sad that Keith Thurman wasn't able to get in the fight. I was sad about that.
I thought he could have beat you. You thought he could have.
Everybody know who I want next. I want Ted.
My bad.
Hell no. I ain't think I thought he was gonna get stopped to the body, but I still wanted to see the fight. I thought that Tim Zoo corner didn't do him any favors when you had the elbow come in there with the gash and the bleeding. For me, it's a no contest. we'll run the rematch back. Um, but at the end of the day, I was surprised. I was surprised that Sebastian Fundora he utilized the jab much better than I expected him to. I've always been critical of Sebastian Fundora and him utilizing his jab, but I think he did a good job there. But I think overall, it came down to that cut. Uh,
Yeah.
when you got a gash on your damn face like that, 9 times out of 10, let me rephrase it. When you get a regular cut, 9 times out of 10, your cut man can kind of work with it and kind of fill it up, and they're gonna throw the Vaseline over. You know what it's gonna be. In this situation, bro, first off, it wasn't a punch. Second thing is, bro, you did you see the gash? Who gonna stop that from
Yeah.
bleeding?
Yeah.
I thought I thought the fight should have been. I thought the corner should have stopped the fight. No decision, run it back. But at the end of the day, because they chose to go ahead with the fight, then that's on them. I thought Tim Zoo. I thought he did it, or I thought he wanted to fight. I thought he tried his best, but I do think that could affect him. And at the same time, Sebastian Fundora was able to, and even though he got his nose broke, but he was able
Right.
to utilize his jab better than I've ever seen him utilize his jab. And so I thought Sebastian Fundora won the fight, but I did think that if I was in the corner, it would have been a no decision. We'll run it back next time.
Well, I think they're supposed to run it back, but I think your boy injured. Um, Fundora is injured. I think his nose is all jacked up or something like that. And so that fight is postponed. But they said they could get it. They Fundora Camp said that Tim Zudem could get it, man. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, now you got Errol Spence Jr. If you saw him, he went into the ring, and what I'm saying, he said he wanted to get that smoke. He wanted to get that smoke with Fundora, and I was like, damn, where the hell he come from? What I'm saying, just came out of damn nowhere. So it's going to be either Terrence Crawford or it's going to be Fundora and Tim Zoo again, or it's going to be Errol Spence Jr. So I could see that fight, that rematch coming around too.
No,
Errol, mhm.
the rematch is happening. The rematch is supposed to happen, but I will tell you, I'm disappointed in EJ. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, me too.
Go get the smoke with Bud again. Go get the smoke.
Hmm.
You you said you weren't gonna make no and bull. You done heard me argue this point. You done heard me argue for EJ before the fight happened with Bud Crawford. You heard me argue for EJ all day and every day. Am I not
Oh yeah,
correct about
yes sir,
that?
yes you are.
And so now what I'm saying is shout out to Bud Crawford. I'm giving him all respect, all the credit that he deserves. Uh Go get the rematch. If it can happen at 54, it seemed like now y'all arguing over fights at 54. No. Okay, that's cool. Everybody done agreed to fight at 54. Y'all fight each other at 54. That's what I want to see.
Me too. And look like like you say, he says first of all, I said if you're fighting, oh yeah, that guy was when I found out old dude was Argentinian that fought Hitchison tonight. There's something about those Argentinian fighters, you know what I'm saying? What was that middleweight guy that fought Cotto? The one who knocked out Paul the Punisher. Um, Damn, what was his name? He was in here a long time ago. You know, Matisse, you know what I'm saying? All these Argentine they fight their ass off, bro. They always they always got an awkward style. And I wonder if that's something they work on because when you see any Argentine fighter, they're really good. And like you say, eating a remix, you better be in the best shape of your life. Madonna, I think it's Madonna. I think Madonna is Argentinian too, isn't it? Madonna, some of these guys they're like really awkward, and they come in and they always give the top black fighters a big challenge, or they surprise them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, damn, it's like what's going on in Argentina? Is it the fruit? What is it? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Is it the weather? I don't know, man. Them dudes are like super tough down now. They always give black fighters, a lot of trouble. I'm saying they got that DNA down there. They really do. Nathan says, he said Hitchins trash. He says, and Lemos got robbed. I agree with that, bro. I agree with that 100%. He said, yeah, I agree, man. It's like, but I was on that Hitchin train. I just think he needs to um, start improving. But if you haven't improved in a couple of years out of Mayweather camp, and you had the best coaches, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what you gonna do, bro? It's like, it's on you. It's incumbent upon you to push yourself, what I'm saying, out of these little boy scout fights. And so you can improve your skill and stay in the ring. Fight 4 or 5 times a year if you have to. What I'm saying, get yourself out there, even if you have to take a loss, what I'm saying, to get better, what I'm saying, to find out that, some new wrinkles that you have to. And I think that's a lost thing that a lot of us, we don't look at, that fighters got to go out there and lose. You got to go out there and fight them dudes that you don't know that's really good, they're better than their rankings and all that stuff. And once we allow fighters to start losing again, I think we'll start seeing better fights. What I'm saying, right now we just, we're looking at this whole system that don't really tells the real deal of who's the best. We got people who moving up in rank and don't want to take the risk of messing up their position and trying to aim for the big money. But we need to get back to the gladiator, weeding out each other type of situation, where we start seeing some really good mid-level fights. What I'm saying, with real skill. These guys are protecting their losses and stuff. And when you learn a lot from losing in the ring, and I think that's a big problem with boxing now. We're not getting a lot of real boxing because these guys are not putting it on the line. What I'm saying, when they should be, like really, honing their skills. Like, look at Anthony Joshua. Only now he's starting to look half decent. What I'm saying, because he's getting some competition and he's fighting better fighters. What I'm saying. Eden Remix says he's not in their clothes. In the clothes, he's not in the clothes yet. He said, they're not in the clothes yet. He says, he said, Cheese Rider, West Side of 23 says, and that scoring was way. I think so too. He says these judges were blatantly cheating. They do that all the time. They do that all the time. Okay, Doug. What I'm saying? Yeah, they do. They do that shit all the time, and it really pisses you off, especially when you're talking about a close fight. What I'm saying? Where both fighters are like, you can see where they're both having success, and then the one guy, what I'm saying, they're kind of trying to push it towards you. You hate that shit, man. So that's why a lot of people cut off the volume, so you can just look, and you, not that we're going to be swayed, but you just don't want to hear that shit. You don't want to hear the setup like they do on ESPN. They get to the end, and the guy, definitely is getting his ass beat, but then all of a sudden they stop talking about the work that the other guy's putting in against their champion. So nobody got time for that shit. If you get beat, you get beat. And that's what I tell a lot of these little fake boxing fans. It's not about bragging rights, bro. It's just about finding out who is the best. So it's just a little frustrating. He says Fedora is that Indian from Street Fighter video. Well, I did not expect him to win that. I mean, I thought Tim Tszyu was way strong. And this goes to show you. This just goes to show everybody that on any given day, a fighter can be beaten. You know what I'm saying? It just depends on how you take care of yourself and how do you feel. Make sure that you're going in feeling your best. Get your rest, whatever you got to do to enter that ring so you feel like, you can go 12 rounds and fight your best for 12 rounds. That's what's important. Anybody can be beaten on any given day. I think a lot of people's going to be watching Errol Spence Jr., who we fight next, and what I'm saying, what he's going to look like, because the eye surgery, nobody really knows. It's almost like he's starting from scratch or something. He got the braids and all this stuff, and he's super cool because he got a lot of money in the bank now. He probably had a lot of money in the bank before, but he's definitely chilling now. We're going to see what kind of fighter he is post post Crawford. Is that ass whooping going to like really affect him? You know what I'm saying? And does he has the mental fortitude to get back? You know, to be the man at 154. And you know, I think he do. You know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, I think he sacrificed. You know what I'm saying, just to make the money. And we got to see, you know what I'm saying, if he can rebuild himself. And he just may be a more dominant fighter at 154 as he put that weight on. You know, you're looking at Virgil Ortiz. Look, he couldn't, you know, look how he broke down at 147 trying to stay at that particular weight, right? So now you see him going to 154. I think Virgil Ortiz is going to be a stronger fighter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, now they're not squeezing way down to 147. You know what I'm saying? We might see some different power come from these guys. Yeah, what you were saying? Sergey Martinez. Yeah. I couldn't remember his name. Man, you know, I'm getting old, bro. I seen every one of those fights. He said, "What's going on, Johnny Allison? Let me drop the link. I know I know you probably think Richardson won. You know, I know your ass gonna come in here telling some Richardson won. You know what I'm saying? I just know that's what you think. You know, I know you're gonna come in here on some damn Richardson one, but I thought he got beat, bro. What's good, bro? He says, you said you thought Hitchins got a draw. I can respect that. Or took a L. Yeah, it took a L tonight. I can respect that. He says, I hate the boxing judges. Said this shouldn't happen with these so-called professionals. So we in 2024. I agree. You know, but you know how boxing is. Boxing is, you know what I'm saying, the guy with the bigger name, the guy they think they're gonna make some money with is the guy, you know, they're gonna hold on to. And we've seen it many times. So it's not gonna change from that point of view. It's not gonna change, you know. But look at you with your shades on, you know, so you are getting cool as you get older, man. What's going on? What's going on, DJ?
Hey, how's it going, Paul?
All right.
How you doing, bud?
Hey, no, all right. I tried to stay away, but I was like, man, I was like, look at this dude. Look at Hitchison about to get knocked out, man. I said, I got to come to my peoples, man. I said, I know my people tripping. I said, I know they tripping. I was like, I almost screamed up in
Well,
here, man. I was like, I said, my boy about to get knocked out here
well,
by Lemos. I was like, oh God, bro. He was a couple of punches away from taking a canvas nap, you know.
yeah, but the thing is, we did, you know, we were awarded a modern day classic this evening. I thought, my view, and
Yeah, it was
it,
good. It was good.
you know, Hitchison, although I think it should have been a lot closer than those stupid judges came out with. I think that he definitely could have pulled off a close W or draw.
Hmm.
Because you know what the referee should have actually taken a point for holding. That man was holding a lot tonight.
Yeah. He sure did. That shit, it was pissing me off, man. I was like, man, what are you doing? It's like this dude. You should be dogging this guy.
That's
You
right.
know, he was getting really on my. I was like, well, why is you holding like that? That's when I knew he was struggling. That's when I figured out
Yeah,
that he was struggling a little bit. You looked at his face, the look on his face when he was in the corner. I was like, wait a minute.
yeah, man. He
I
was
was like,
getting
yeah,
he was getting hit super hard, but if you in your keen eye, I'm sure is good enough to catch. If you noticed when Hitchinson threw that right hand and he threw that jab to the body, he turned it around every time. Paul, he turned it around every time. But when he started to go on the inside game and slug it out with this monster, it was slipping away from him. He got hurt a couple times,
yeah.
but it's just a modern day classic, and I'm just fed up with the judges. This is 2024. It shouldn't happen like that.
Yeah, I mean, out of all the champions at 140, who you think is going to come out on top? You know, so out of Matisse, out of Pitbull, you know what I'm saying, out of Devin, you know what I'm saying, out of
Well,
out of every, yeah.
You should know me by now, Paul. Devin Haney is the best. He's the best one out there. He is, in my view. I think that he can unify, and he's the best in the entire world as we know it today, in my view. But I don't think he's gonna. He walks around. That man walks around at 165. I think he had a hell of a time making it lightweight when they were mentioning all these other fights, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll take them all on." I said, "There's no way that guy's going to stay at lightweight." And then he barely fits into the 140 frame, even with the best nutritionist in the world and everything else. He's going to 47 here really quick. I don't think he'll stick around to unify, but he's the best in the world, Paul. I mean, I became a believer after I watched, he did beat Loma after I watched that fight 3 or 4 times. And then I said, that's it, man. I was a hater. And I don't like the way Mr. Haney conducts himself as a religious man, wearing all that bling and just how he conducts himself. But being a man of God, I don't know. But I really think that he has proven himself, and he wants all the smoke.
Well, I mean, you don't think Allah like bling? You know what I'm saying? A little style, I mean,
I mean, it goes beyond that. When you have diamond teeth and you have and you're wearing $1 million worth of chains, diamond chains, and you're driving around the nicest cars. And I understand he's got the money and he can live the lifestyle.
I think it's more that people find him boring. I think his true personality is he's a good guy. And he wants to. I think he wants to edge. I think he wants to put a little edge on his personality. He's a good guy. So when you the good guy, you know how that's like a bad thing, a negative thing in a hood, right? So his PR person came up with, hooding it up a little bit, give him a little bit, because he's too Sunday school, he's too Christian Academy. You know what I'm saying? So, Devin is Christian Academy. I don't care how much hood stuff he put on. He's still respectful as hell. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes, I'm going to be doing Ramadan. Come on now. No matter how hood he at, you haven't heard him cuss. You haven't heard him, say
That's
nothing.
true, actually.
Talk slow. You haven't heard him like, yo, yeah, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You never heard him. He's always still proper. Still Christian Academy. You know what I'm saying? They're just trying to hood him up a little bit, even though it looks fake. But he's young. He's trying to find his identity. A lot of guys did. I've seen guys with hammer. My brother still with hammer pants. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Can't touch this. He's still on that. But
it's a good point, Paul. Actually, it's a really good point. We overlook how the man is 25 years old. You remember how we were when we were 25. Completely different world. Completely different world. So he's 25, and he's we hold him to a higher standard because of what he's accomplished. But he is 25, and he's figuring it out. But who you got on top? You got somebody over Dev?
Oh, not really. I mean, the only person I can see, because I think Devin mobility, I think him staying in the fire and staying sharp is going to help him against Matisse to get by Matisse. I think that's going to be a close fight. I think his mobility, now it may not be a close fight because of his mobility. If he's able to move like he did, against Regis, what I'm saying, turn them corners and get out of those corners when Matisse coming forward, because Matisse is not going to stop punching. I think that's going to be, I think he'll beat Pitbull easy. Pitbull ain't going to can't be able to deal with that reach, and he's going to get tired of coming in on Devin. So, Teofimo Lopez, that'll be a good one. That's going to be the one. But, like Dub was saying earlier, man, he was saying Tio, he's not good at offense. He's not great at attacking boxers,
right.
And so that's, and you can already see he got some kind of mental block when it comes to Dev. He got some kind of weird, just like Javante got some kind of mental block when it comes to Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? It's like he got some kind of slave master type problem with Lomachenko. I think he would beat the hell out of Lomachenko, but for some reason, I guess the hype got to him when he was younger. Because he's the Matrix, and
Could
and
be.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
some people, like, when you were growing up in the hood and somebody, you thought you was the man, but it was always one dude that you really didn't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? That if he came your way, it was just that one dude. You don't know why. Maybe it was because his nose was a little, weird, or he had big
Yeah.
muscles. He could bench 400
Yeah.
or something. You just didn't want to tangle with that guy. And I think Javante Tank Davis is like that. He just didn't want to. I guess he just wanted to deal with them boxing skills.
That's very possible. I think it's a lot behind the scenes on that one, with Floyd being his manager promoter for a long time, and there was just a lot of politics in the background. I personally don't think Tank's afraid to fight anybody, really.
Mm.
But there was something that happened in the background of that fight. But who knows, man? I just know that the 140 division, with what we're seeing, is about as close as to the 80s as we're going to get right
Right.
now. It's fire, and I'd love to see if Dev carries through and unifies the actual division and proves everybody that he is an ATG. He's an ATG now, in my view. But certainly, if he
Well,
unifies 140, I think that puts him up above Terrence, don't you?
well, yeah. I mean, you could say that, but I would think that the Bucks is going to stop at 140. Because I don't see him, really being able to compete with Boots. You know what I'm saying? Jerron Boots Ennis. That's his lane, right? I don't see him being able to compete at 147, even though, he walks around heavier than that, 154. It's going to be some real talent up there. Unless he just, he gets more strong, unless he gets stronger as he
Hmm.
gains that weight. You know what I'm saying? If he gets
Right.
stronger as he gains that weight, um, he might be able to give Boots some trouble, but I don't know, man. I mean, we have yet to see Boots like really, coming to his own. Um, it takes forever for these guys to get in shape. I think Crawley. I think his next fight is
Crawley.
Crawley, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, it just takes so long for him to get into the ring that you forget about the shit, man. It's like
That's
they should have had two fights by now. Go ahead.
exactly. And these guys that take big layoffs, but really, it's not Jerron's fault. Nobody wants to touch him. Everybody
Right.
that he fights, it's a whitewash. It's a blowout. Everybody's like, I don't even want to touch. That's going to be an L. That's going to be an L for me. So,
But
kudos to
you
Crawley.
it's got to be some fighters out there that can give him some trouble. I mean, not one guy is just the best in the world like that. It's some guys out there. It's just that they can't get into the arena
Hmm.
and make this a golden era. I mean, not one guy just not going to dominate everybody. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's only if you have weak competition. That Clayton guy from Canada, he was weak. You know what I'm saying? What's his name? The Samurai. He was just too small for Boots. So not saying that they're not good, but I'm talking about tough dudes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
John Mugabe was for Hagler.
For
Said
Hagler.
these guys wasn't uh, brand names. They were just tough fighters. So we don't have good journeymen to make these guys stay sharp. hmm Go ahead.
But can you tell me who is tougher, like than literally going to jail when he would go to trade? He called it. Who is tougher in history than Marvin Hagler at 160? I can't name a person in history
Yeah,
like the
I
tough.
mean he was.
I can't name a person in history. Go ahead.
I can't think of well, I mean, you said tough.
Yeah,
You know
tough.
what I'm saying?
Like,
You said
yeah,
tough.
he's
Said
tough.
when it comes to toughness, them guys there, they were like on a different level. Like when you're talking about in the mid '70s, the end of the '70s, and you're talking about going through the '80s. Them guys was extra tough, man.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know.
them dudes, they were different.
I know. They
They
were
were totally
different. They
different.
were.
I mean, because
They
they
were
took shots, they ate shots on
yeah.
purpose.
Right.
So it was just kind of weird. You know, guys, you don't find guys that hungry anymore, and that's what I'm saying. That what we're looking at today, we're looking at guys who are just trying to make some money, and just trying to do as least as possible. Least they don't want to fight the top guys. Say they just want to get by. What like on the Canelo plan, and make as much money as possible. Now, like I'm looking at the rankings right now. Let me see. I'm trying to see.
Yeah. Canelo plan.
Yeah.
Oh man, you don't relent on the Canelo
Hell
situation, do
no,
you?
man. Hell no. That shit is bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That shit is bullshit for real. You know that. Let's see.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. I'm
Oh,
looking at
so
Cody
funny. Did
Crawley.
you see
I couldn't.
Benavidez tonight?
Yeah. Oh,
He,
wait a minute. Did he say something or what?
yeah. Did you see Benavidez tonight? It seemed like he was a little bit cut. Like he was slurring his words, wasn't he?
Yeah, a lot of people saying that. I've been hearing a lot of people saying that he's on that stuff, and I was like, man, I hope not, man, because he's one of my favorite fighters. So you got Terrence Crawford. He's still. Let me see. Okay, he gave up the IBF. And you got see when is Stanionis gonna fight, bro? This is the stuff I don't like. We haven't seen Stanionis. He's one of the big names at 147. When is he gonna fight? He's under WBA, and I mean he done took so many sidestep money for fights, man. I don't even remember him being in the ring for what 2 or 3 years, right? And so so I don't see
Yeah.
anybody on this list that's gonna give. I mean, if you look at this list, nobody on this list is going to give Boots any problems unless some of these names over here in the
I mean, it's been
WBO.
a long time.
hmm
He was supposed to.
I'm sorry, you cutting out. Let me see.
I
Yeah, I
still
mean,
like
I'm looking.
my mic is cutting out, Paul.
hmm Well,
I'll
I'm just
have to
like
take you
looking
on the
at.
comments, bro. Mike,
Okay, okay. I'm just looking
I
at.
got to
I'm
hit
just
you on the
looking at.
comments, Paul.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I don't see. I mean,
Let
I'm
me go
looking at the
back to
looking at. Go ahead. Okay. Cody Crawley. I don't know who the Solar Man is. Then they got Connor Ben, Josh Taylor. Come on, man. These names are old. Yeah, they still got Aerosmith Jr. is #2 in the WBA. Come on, man. Come on. None of these. Okay, Roma Villa. Okay, and he already beat the hell. Boots already beat the hell out of him. I just don't see it, man. It's like, come on, they got to do better. They got to do better. See, Junior, and I want to see Charles Cromwell. I think he's supposed. I forgot who he's supposed to be fighting. He's number one. He's number one under the WBC. Charles Cromwell. Then you got Virgil Ortiz. Man, 154. Y'all talking about Y'all talking about 140. But shit, this dude here, this backroom guy. Jamel didn't want to come back and protect his title against him. That would have been a good ass fight. All these would have been good fights for Jamel to come back. Oh, Josh Kelly, are you serious? How you gonna be number one at WBO over Erickson Lubin? Seriously? Then they got Xander Zaya. Oh man, get out of here, bro. What I'm saying? Erickson Lubin in the WBA. I mean, what I'm saying? I think it's gonna be lit because I love Charles Cromwell and I love Virgil Ortiz, and I think this Backham dude is gonna be a problem. He's going to be a problem. And you got Sebastian. So you got some pretty good names up top there. You know what I'm saying? For 150 for the 154 division. And I think where's Aerosmith Jr. name? They didn't drop his name in. I guess he got a fight up there first. I guess he got a fight up there first. You said Boots versus Lubin. Ah, yeah, I think that'll be good, long as it lasts. I just think Lubin don't have the concentration to stick with. I don't think he's got the concentration to stick with Boots. Boots right now is just shooting on all cylinders. He said, "Hey, Pool, I like Boots versus the Truth." Man, woo, man, that would be crazy, man. I think Errol will fight him. You know what I'm saying? He's already took a loss. It's something about when fighters take a loss, you know what I'm saying, they're willing to put more on the line. And I think EJ would have gave him a shot anyway. It's like you mean tell me hanging with Diddy Eaton. He was hanging with P. Diddy, man. That's sad as shit. You know what I'm saying? That is sad. He said it had to be when he was 16 or 14. This is Johnny Allison says Virgil Ortiz even Stanionis too. I mean Stanionis would have to step it up though. What's going on, Cash Crypto in the building? What's going on, bro? He would have to be he would have to step it up to 154. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but damn, he haven't fought at 147 in so damn long. It's just ridiculous. You know, you got Jesus Ramos up there. I think he just lost. I think he just lost to Lubin. I think it was, if I can remember. It'd be so long, man. That's what I'm saying. It'd be so long, man, for these guys to get into the ring. It's like it's just ridiculous. And then you don't even want to go up to 160. This shit is crazy here. Got Chris Eubanks #2, which is crazy. Austin Williams, who took some time off. You know what I'm saying? He's an exciting dude, but he's still a newbie. You know, he's still a newbie. Let me see. Where is my boy though? Damn, man, these guys be moving back and forth so fast with it. Where is where is my boy? I'm trying to look. Uh damn, what's going on, man? Carlos what is his name? Carlos Adam. Is it man? I don't even see him, man. I don't even see him on here. What the year is this shit? I don't even see him on here. I don't see him on here at all. He's 160, right? Let's see. No, that's 175. Let's see. He's 160, I believe. That's super. Let's see. I don't see him, man. Wow. I don't know what's going on. Did he get injured or something? It's like, God damn. I don't know, man. I've been handling business, man. So I haven't been like really, really, you know what I'm saying? There hasn't been like a really lot of good fights on. So I've kind of been out of it. He says Bose is recruiting Earl. Oh man, that's exciting to train him. He said that fight isn't happening. He said, I hope Diddy didn't touch Diddy. He said, seems like you got to see Diddy. No, he said you got to see Diddy no matter your profession. Man, something is really wrong with that dude, man. You know, something is really wrong with Diddy, man. I mean, this dude has caused, he's like one of them dudes that like the devil's advocate. He's like one of them, like the devil and stuff. Like this dude has affected history, hip hop history. With Tupac, y'all heard about the Tupac thing and what happened with that, and what happened with Biggie, and what I'm saying, how he took out all the people that partnered with Bad Boy, Albie Sure, the females, and he took all them people out, man. It's like, damn. Years later, it's catching up with him. All the assault drugs and all the crazy sex and everything, all that stuff is starting to catch up with him. And it's like, wow, he's on the run now. So this all of a sudden, this one day, boom, they raided all his homes. And what I'm saying, it's like they arrested his son. I mean, I don't know if he's still in jail or whatever the feds got on them, but it must be pretty serious. From what I understood, I thought he was an informant. But you just never know what's going on, man. It's like the world is changing so fast for us. Boxing changing. We're just not getting what we want. out of these fighters. I haven't seen David Morrell in the ring. And every time you do, it's not against a top opponent. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just getting on my nerves, bro. I got a lot of shit to do, and you want to see the top. You want to see the top fights. You don't want to see these little fights who you're going to win, and they're protecting their little turf, and you know, um, it just is what it is, man. I just want to see some good fights this year, um, some competitive fights. You know what I'm saying? Then I can get back on my thing. But I've been facing a lot of problems with the trucking market here. You know what I'm saying? It's just like it's been going down the tubes. Fuel is going up, and it's just like, man, it's just causing me to make a lot of changes, some drastic changes. That's why I haven't been on as much. So it ain't like I don't want to come on. Y'all know how I do, but because the market moves, you gotta survive. If you're gonna be in business, man. He says, what'd you say? He says, you said hip hop Clive Davis. Yeah, you got these mongrels, these guys with millions and millions of dollars that's been hanging out, man. It's controlling people in this industry. They're like bussing guys out and making them make a choice. My career, or what I'm saying. You're gonna do what you got to do. hmm Let me see. Oh, he says, yeah, man. He said, he is hip hop Clive Day. Yeah, and it's a shame. It's like they continue these generational curses, man. Passing down the pain and the hurt. Look what he did to Justin Bieber. You know, Justin Bieber. There's all these people he's really hurt. Usher, all these young folks, like really, messed them up. What's that guy, Meek Mill and stuff? They had I know y'all heard the audio of me. Y'all heard the audio, man, of Meek Mill, man. That shit was crazy, bro. I was like, hell to the nah, bro. I said, ain't no damn way. He says they said it's another Epstein, yeah, situation. Can't be that bad. Well, people, people are losing their lives. So these people disappear. Epstein didn't make it, man. He just knew too many secrets, I believe. I think he knew too many secrets. Once you get to that kind of money where people reputation is everything, you know what I'm saying? And you got presidents that came to your island, you got, you know, different powerful figures, like coming to your island and you got stuff on them, you got pictures of them doing inappropriate things. You're not in a good position. You know what I'm saying? They're just waiting to get you. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna happen. You got pictures of people blackmailing them and bringing them to, making them do things they don't want to do. Eventually you're gonna leave here. He says, Clive Davis, yeah, that's what I heard. I heard that's the dude that turned him out and maybe taught him a few things, showed him some things. See, and I think a while back in the '90s, they always talk about how they pulled all the executives in, and they were, saying they got them all together to try to get them on one accord to get all this Suki Hani music and all this Nas X stuff going the way hip hop is going, and saying to get the agenda put in place, so this thing can change, saying to what it is today. Because if you listen to the music nowadays, it just sucks, man. If you're an older guy and you like bars and stuff like that, it's over. You might hear some underground stuff, but as far as the things we grew up with the Rough Riders and saying thing, hip hop, like maybe early 2000s. I'm saying that shit is done, bro. They're not even making music like that. Yeah, it's for real, for real. He says, 33 degree. Illuminati gives these guys 33 years to run. Wow, then it's pay time. Did his cook. I don't know what it is, bro. I know they be doing their little hand signals, and I'm like, dude, enjoy your life, but don't come crying when it's time to, what I'm saying, for them to, do what they do. You know, um, They're gonna take you down. I mean, I just feel bad that they were saying how Pac found out that Tupac. I know y'all know who Tupac is. They were saying how Tupac knew that P Diddy had, he was like bisexual or something, and like he was getting ready to expose him. And then I heard rumors about. I mean, it's all kind of stuff out there, man. It's like you don't even know what to believe. They're saying they knew each other, and they was trying to say that they had a relationship and all kind of things like that. So I mean, bro, this thing here is just at some point, you hear enough, you just don't want to hear no more because we already lost Will Smith. We lost Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? You know, Rick Ross. You know what I'm saying? It just start. You're like, dang man, is there anybody straight anymore? You know what I'm saying? Is there anybody? You know what I'm saying? So it's, it's Cash Credit that really trees I heard is kind of works like that. Yep. You know what I'm saying? He says they're from the Masonic Temple. So I know all connected. Something, because they keep talking about that door behind the door and Kevin Hart's now the next dude that's blowing up. Yeah, we lost Will Smith, bro. We lost him a long time ago. He's taking Marlon Brando spot. Some of these guys are. Yeah, he said, yeah, yeah, yeah. What's his name? Quincy Jones. You know what I'm saying? He's one of them. Marlon Brando. They was all with Richard Pryor and all these guys that was in the industry. So they wrote tell-all books, and everybody who wrote a tell-all book on that was getting ready to write a tell-all book on Diddy. What I'm saying? They didn't make it. What I'm saying? He killed that. He destroyed that. He said, so, it is what it is. It's like you gotta be able to protect yourself. I don't even know how they be poisoning these guys. Somehow they be, putting something in their stuff, or they be falling. They insides be. I think Al Bashir said his insides were liquefied. And I don't know how they called it. But he almost left here too. So he's coming out with his book to tell what was happening at that time. What's that girl named Jaguar Wright, and so all this stuff. Even Jay Z is tied into all this stuff. So it's a lot of mess going on. I think it all stemmed from when Cat Williams went on Shay Shay, that Shay Shay thing, and it's just everything just been like one big mess. Even though I'm not like into all that kind of stuff, but I did grow up with the Steve Harveys, and just come to find out that it's one big pink mafia. So it's one big pink mafia. What I'm saying? And it's a lot of quid pro quo going on, a lot of nasty quid pro quo, and what I'm saying, people are acting like they made it by their own merits, but really it was just their buddy scratching their back. you know what I'm saying? So it's just what I'm saying, like, I don't know, it's just the old school dudes, and masculinity is just kind of, it's like, it's like they're making us cavemen or something, and you just, you know now, if you're not ultra feminine, what I'm saying, you don't really matter. What I'm saying, if you don't take on these kind of ideas. I mean, now, I mean, I grew up with Charles Bronson, I grew up with Clint Eastwood. I grew up, what I'm saying, with these manly figures, where the man was the action hero. Now they making the female the action hero. Now you see women taking down five dudes, and this shit don't look right. Even though we're gonna have a generation of children, that's what they're gonna grow up on, and that's why they don't care about the sales. So it's as long as they get the visual, and they get the children to see that the females are strong and all this stuff, and that's what they're gonna be. That's what the kids are gonna grow up thinking. So, imagery is very powerful. What I'm saying? So, the Black Panther didn't do well. They knew it wasn't gonna do well because, nobody really believes in a female Black Panther. Imagine if Superman was female and stuff like that. And I know they got a Supergirl, but she don't do as well as Superman, right? Because nobody want to see that shit. We really don't. He said, he says, he says, hey, he says, it's a lie. You actually can't sell your soul. You give it to the devil, and he owns it with your decision you make. He says, but you can't sell it. Actually, that's another lie. Well, I mean, if you get at 12 o'clock, if some red dude come to you and stuff, and ask you a couple of questions about, do you what you want to put on that soul, you'll know. You know what I'm saying? They say the devil greatest thing he ever done was to convince people that he don't exist. You know what I'm saying? And I've heard that before. So, so he's not going to come to you. He probably wouldn't come to you, you know what I'm saying, like, a demon form. He probably come to you as some dude. I've had some dudes that came and to my life and try to fuck me over, you know what I'm saying? And, so I'm talking just on some dumb stuff, like, like really tell lies on you and stuff like that to other dudes. And this kind of like female stuff and try to get people to, to cause confusion. I've had that happen before. So that's why you got to move. Those are demons to me. You know what I'm saying? When you have people that, somebody, you treat people the way you want to be treated, right? But, you have some dudes that really try to take you out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like they just be on some hateful stuff, and that they were just born that way. It ain't for you to question, it's for you to protect yourself and get away from folks like that, man. It's you'll be amazed at how they where they are in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like you might be getting that promotion, and there's a dude just hate on you out the blue and cause you not to get that promotion. And sometimes you'll know it, sometimes you won't. What you gonna do? So it's just life is crazy like that. you know you could have been sitting, what I'm saying, at a certain salary, and you finally paid your dues to get that position, and it's like that one hater is just put right there to destroy everything that you worked for. And you got to be ready to, what I'm saying, you got to be ready, man, to to curb that shit so you don't end up doing 20 or 30 years in the pen. That's just what it is, man. It's just crazy how shit works in life. And, and then when you really can't tell nobody, because they'll be like, hey man, that's just what it is, man. You got to be able to adapt. You know what I'm saying? You can't cry about it. You got to keep moving. So it's just wild. And then when everything pile up on you, what I'm saying, when you're thinking about it, you say, shit, why is this shit happening to me? You know what I'm saying? But that's just how it is for men. These females be tripping, about B4 movement, and I'm just like, why do they keep coming up with these weird different psyops, that we supposed to like care about? Man, if you got you a good woman and everything like that, if you got you a good woman, keep her, because it's nothing but trash out here right now. What'd you say? This is red dude. You said Johnny says a lot of old musicians told a story about selling their souls, bro. Oh yeah. What was that guy with the railroad at the railroad track? You know what I'm saying, where he could play the guitar, he sold his soul so he could play the guitar. He's a red dude. Hey man, the devil red, bro. It is what it is. He said, what about Diego Chekhov? He said, for tonight. For where we talked about it. He says, what you think? He says, to me, he didn't cut off the ring. Yeah, he just kind of I don't think he's good enough yet. I mean, I think he needs more fights. He just didn't look polished to me. I mean, he's definitely better than your boy. Well, I forgot what the other guy name was, but he was definitely better than him. The guy with the braids. I thought the guy was really one dimensional. He was awkward. But Pacheco, he's gonna have to like really fight better competition, and I think that'll tell a tale. I like his style though. I like his outside game. Well, I like the adjustment he made. I'll say that. And I thought he was more effective after he made his adjustment. You know what I'm saying? Just, pot shotting and being more accurate instead of just being a volume puncher. And I think that was a good fight for him to learn to get better. I didn't think the other guy had a chance, even though he was making some awkward big shots early, in that fight. But later on, he just didn't know what to do. He gassed out. My man was killing him to the body, and catching him with some big shots. And I think, once he started getting caught with a couple of good shots, he changed it up, and he just stopped pot shotting. And I think he realized, that's a good adjustment that he'll have to make in the future. He can't just rely on volume punch, especially at that weight class. So somebody's always going to be somebody like somebody like a Canelo with some power. Hit your ass. You ain't gonna be coming in there with that volume punch and shit. That's just not gonna happen, bro. Said Robert Johnson. So is that his name? Robert Johnson, was that his name? I don't know. The dude with the braids. Man, I mean, but you coming in there with that volume punch and shit, you're gonna leave yourself open for somebody who can counter real good. And say I just don't see him, being ready to fight the top echelon yet. And that's what I mean. We don't see these guys enough, man. Then I could like really give you a really a better assessment, because they'll fight a wider talent. You know what I'm saying? So you can say, okay, he beat so and so. So okay, yeah, so he's looking good, but every now and then you see him fight a random dude, what I'm saying? So it's just be like shit. You don't know. I mean, look at Robert Hitchins tonight. I thought he was on another level, and I don't know shit. It's like he said I want to see Hitchins. Oh man, you want to see that after this fight tonight, Crypto? After this fight tonight, that's what you want to see. That dude ain't on Haney level. Haney already fighting another flawed individual in Ryan Garcia, which I'm thinking that's an insane fight already, because I don't know what it is. Ryan always does something. He always does something to make you, look at the fight in a weird light, like at another angle. Now this whole insanity thing he's doing, it's just like I don't understand. It's like, bro, you got good fundamentals and things that you can, what I'm saying? He looks like a fighter when he wants to, but it's like he don't have the confidence or something, or the mindset, or it's something that's off about Ryan. He wants to be a celebrity. He's probably really is cuckoo. I think he is cuckoo, or the pressure. Maybe it's the pressure that that comes from being in a championship fight. The pressure of it just drives him cuckoo, man. I'm like, man, would you just shut up with the cuckoo for Cocoa Pops, talk? Him, Keith Thurman, they just don't act like fighters to me, and it just kind of, give me the bubble gut. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, I just turn my stomach to see him talk about the fight. Like I said, Devin isn't the best promoter. I mean, he's a good fighter. I like his attitude, but he's not. When you fighting, these chumps like Ryan Garcia, I would rather him wave that shit off and go fight Matisse. And I think, see, what I'm saying? That's a more serious fight. To me, this is like New Edition. When they were singing Candy Girl type shit. What I'm saying? Let's get into the serious fights. That's what I want to see with Devin Haney. I want to see him fight the serious fights. And even Gary Russell. Gary Russell pissing me off because he's not getting into the mix. It's like, what are you doing, bro? You one of the top dudes at 140. You should be getting it in. As a matter of fact, he should have been the one that took on Richardson Hitchins. You know what I'm saying? Let's get these top talents together and weed them out. He said, I agree, Poole, but Diego has Benavidez style, and he forgot to cut the ring off tonight. He said, if I was his coach, I would lose it on him in the dressing room. Well, that tells you he's not ready, Johnny. That tells you right there he ain't ready. If you forget to cut off the ring, you're not on that level. You know what I'm saying? You are not on that level. That's how I look at it. And then you're not fighting, no top dude. You're not fighting the best. So it is what it is. He said, Cash Crypto says, he said, I want to see Devin fight Matias too, but he said, I believe Bill started that beef with Matias team and said Matias priced himself out as a reason to avoid him. Well, one thing about that, if Devin say he wants to be undisputed, and that's what he's talking about, he's gonna have to fight Matisse. And guess what? I'm thinking. I know they're gonna go for Pitbull, but I think Matisse should be his first one. He should fight him while he's fresher. You know what I'm saying? I think Matisse. I mean, I think this fight with Ryan is going to give him a good little push. And I think he should go for Matias. Now go ahead and kill the boogeyman. Knock the boogeyman on out. You know what I'm saying? Ortiz. I think he'll beat Ortiz, but I don't think he's going to get a lot of credit for beating Ortiz. What's going on, Clarence Banks? What's happening, bro? He said. He said the thing is, the 140 division is loaded with talent. They all got to get in the ring. That's true. That is true. But with Devin Haney, it's the stigma of him having fought, like the Greg, George Cambosas. He got to get that stigma off him. So he's got to go for the tough dudes. Even though Pitbull is a bad dude, don't get me wrong. I'm high on Pitbull. I love the way he took out Rolly, y'all. I mean, that shit was special. I like how he went in there. He was a soldier, and no fucking smiles. He just went in there and beat the hell out of him. You know what I'm saying? Get his ass up. Got his ass up out of there. He said Matisse would stop there, Pool. Hey, we got to see it. That's why we want to see it, ain't it? He said that's one of those fights where Dev will have to fight, and Dev ain't got enough pop to keep Matisse off him. Well, we got to see. Matisse may not be able to keep up with Devin foot speed. And that's sometimes when you got excellent foot speed and a jab, shit, he may not be able to get around it, man. We might be sitting there with our mouth open. He might make Matisse look like Regis Prograde. That's what I'm thinking in my mind. He might make him look like Regis Prograde. He says, said George is Jake. George is a joke. Yeah, but that's the problem, Allison. He beat him so bad. He beat him so easy. Saying, yeah, we got to see. But that's the one that's going to really sell. I think for Dev, that fight with Matisse, that it separates him from all the other people that's trying to protect their little record. And I don't think Frank Martin. Hold on. I don't think Frank Martin is ready for Tank because he haven't been fighting. I don't know what's going on in that camp with Frank Martin and Derek James and Earl Smith Jr. I don't know what's going on in that camp, but I don't think Frank is 100% ready for Javante Tank. I think he'll fight or two off from getting the win. Now, will he give him trouble? I think he'll give Tank all kind of trouble. Tank explosive. Frank is explosive, but Tank has already been in those big fights, and I think Frank haven't been in those big fights. I think that's going to have some mental stress on Tank to go in there and fight a Javante Tank Davis. Now, if he can handle that, if he can handle the nerves on that, he'll have a better chance to beat Tank Davis. That big fight energy. If he gets in there, that's going to be a good fight. But I think Tank could come out on top. I think Tank could come out on top on that. He said if Dev can beat, if he could beat Matisse, he said that would impress the F out of me. Oh, of course. You know what I'm saying? That's shit. Matisse, but we know Matisse get hurt now. We know he get hurt. He said that's a hell of a fight. He said he has a good chance. I think so too. And and if he keep improving the way he doing, I think he might be able to become undisputed at 140 if he can stay at that weight for that long and stay strong. He says if Tank's been hanging out, if Tank's been hanging out and partying, he may take a L if he's out of shape. Pool. I don't think Tank. I think Tank done turned the corner on that shit. I think he learned his lesson. I think he's turned the corner on that, man. I mean, you're not gonna see Tank out of shape no more because he knows that it just makes life harder. Now I could be wrong. You know, I said the same shit about EJ. You know, I could be wrong as hell. You know, because I thought EJ was getting in the best shape of his life, and man, look what the hell we got. You know, look at what the hell all the shit we were talking, and it's just like, bro, it's just kind of like I don't understand it, bro. But maybe it's not for me to understand. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way life goes. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way life goes. Niggas it just ain't gonna do right. I thought that was all that shit talking about getting a nutritionist and just to throw niggas off and your eyes fucked up and it's like, bro, why go through all that? But you know, I gotta let that go. You know what I'm saying? I need some damn therapy with that bullshit. He says, Tank already in shape, Johnny. Of course he is. He likes that lifestyle that he got over there. And I think Tank understands that they're gonna look out for him to make sure that he don't do anything he can't do. You know what I'm saying? As far as taking a fight. And so Mayweather, I think Mayweather is one of the best at vetting fight, making matchmaking. I think he could break down the skills, and I think he knows how to match up Tank. I think he knows Tank need a Frank Martin level fighter. You know what I'm saying, to keep so he don't fall like Canelo. You know what I'm saying, and people just lose the belief in him. You know what I'm saying, so I think Martin is a good legitimate type of he's a good legitimate type of fighter, somebody who could give him some trouble, and people believe that he could be beaten by. You know what I'm saying? So I think he need that. I think he needs that. You know. So I think you know that's something to look forward to. I'm see what time is that fight. Let's see. I keep forgetting what the date. I think it's in June. Let's see. See Tank Davis. Tank Davis versus Frank Martin. Okay. Let's see. It says time and date. End date. Let's see. It says June 15th. June 15th. Be a headliner at Amazon Prime pay-per-view. Okay. This is speaking. It says that James confirmed that the young boxer was in discussion. Okay, so June 15th. It says as well as up and coming fighters. So we working out late. Said that the fight. It's a big deal. Yeah, I believe in myself and I believe in his abilities and what it's about. He says about being diligent about who you are and focusing on your abilities are, what your abilities are. And we're okay. All right, Frank, talk your shit. But I think that's probably gonna be probably the best fight of the year right there. I can't think. I don't care about that Usyk shit. Tyson Fury. I don't care about that fight. I just think that I don't know, for some reason I just don't care about the heavyweight division. Ever since Wilder, left out, I don't like them dudes. I think they're cheaters, and I just think it's not clean. I just don't think it's a clean sport up there. You know. He says 15th, 15th. It says it's June 15th. 15th cash crypto. He said that's funny. He said he's went into that fight with a bruised rib from sparring and a bad eye. Couldn't say no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But I'm disappointed. What I'm disappointed about, like, why would he do that shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't make it no better. You know what I'm saying? It's like to me, like if you're gonna be a fighter, you go in 100%, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can't take the shit back once you lose, and everybody lose. You know what I'm saying? If he's the better man, but I want, you know what I mean? It's kind of like he kind of cheated us out of all the time we've been waiting for the damn fight. It just kind of pissed me off, man. It's like then to see his, then he didn't say anything for a long time. Then he just popped his ass up. You know what I'm saying? Up in the ring and stuff without even saying shit. It's like, come on, man. What are you doing? He said, I don't care about that undisputed heavyweight fight because they cheated to get. Yeah, yeah. You already know. You said it. You said it, Cash Crypto. I didn't say it, but you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to keep, you know, I mean, you said it, bro. That's just what it is in a nutshell. It's like when they seen Deontay Wilder, they couldn't stand that shit, bro. And a lot of people don't like him because he can't box like, Fury, or he can't box like your boy Usyk. You know what I'm saying? But he could knock your ass out. And they waited him out. They don't even go, they don't even talk about how they waited this man out. You know what I'm saying? It's like this man had to wait, you know what I'm saying, to get all these shots. Anthony Joshua was looked at as the least threatening opponent. So they gave him an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just a shame the way the sports operate. How they freeze some people out and they give other people the opportunity and they act like that's not happening. It's like I hate all that gaslighting, bro. And they just go along with it. I think it was Jim Lampley. Jim Lampley was talking about uh, how he was giving Canelo telling him he's already done enough. I was like, Jim Lampley, that's not the Jim Lampley we know from HBO. If that Jim Lampley, the one who was saying, fighters got to be, they got to be tough, they got to prove themselves, they got to fight everybody. Him and Larry Merchant, and now he's talking about Canelo has done enough. I was like, man, if you don't get his ass up out of here, if you don't get your ass up, so you just got people who've been in boxing. It's just, boy, it's just the whole thing is just the whole script is flipping. It's just no authentic, no integrity, nobody's authentic. Everybody's just playing for the money. He says, no kidding. He said, I think Tyson Fury and his dad are both jokes. Yeah, you know, I hate to say it, they gypsy kings. Gypsy kings, baby. You know what I'm saying? Them boys, Lord of the Flies type shit. Lord of the goddamn flies. You know what I'm saying? Every trick in the book. It's like you go back to some of them fights and you see how he was hitting your boy Wilder. He was hitting them away, holding them up on his head, and just bro. Bro. Sorry, I'm just pouring me up some tea. Shit's crazy, man. Shit is crazy. Yeah, but I think my boy Hitchins, man, he's just gonna have to work on that shit, man. But I don't want to see another interview of him talking shit. I think he just need to calm the hell down. I think he need to calm his ass down. He says, "Man, stop, bro, stop, bro, stop." He looking better. I think AJ has improved. I think he improved. You know what I'm saying? But he's not the best, bro. That's ridiculous. He says, what you said after Fury cheated Wilder twice with the glove tamper, he says Fury was well, yeah. Yeah, it don't matter what it is, bro. You can have proof. It don't matter. Even the referee said he gave him extra time. You know what I'm saying? Even though everybody was denying that shit. Even when the referee came out and said that he gave him extra time, well, if the referee gave him extra time, then it's legal. They'll move the goalpost. I was like, bro, when have you ever in boxing seen some shit like that? You know what I'm saying? He probably had some damn smelling salt to get his ass up in his hand. It's say boxing is corrupt. It really is. People don't want to hear that, but it's real. It's real life, bro. It's real. It's real. It just is what it is. You never know what's going to pop up. We have a high profile. You got all these different interests in the fight, like mafia folks and Vegas and people like that. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make it go the way they want it to go. You know, even if they have to threaten. You know, you see what they did to Sonny Liston and some of the older cats. You know what I'm saying, that went against the grain. You know, you see what they did to them. So that lets you know that it's real. Shit is real, man. It's like we just never see that in our daily lives. You know, but those guys, we talking about an industry where you can make, you know what I'm saying, multi-million dollars on one night. So you know it's gonna be some corruption. Oh, no doubt. He says, John Adams says real life movie snatch characters. Oh yeah, I'm like, for real. What's that? What was that guy name? That they were looking for over there in Europe. What's his name? I don't forgot his name just that quick. Said Wilder would still be on top if all the cheating shit wasn't allowed. I believe so. I think he would have. I think he would have unified the belts. I think he would have unified the belts if he would have been able to fight during the time when he still have his athletic abilities, his athletic gifts, before he started messing with his weight. Um, I think he would have won back then. You know, they just waited him out until, you know, they knew he was a little bit older, so they knew his he'll get slower, and they knew. I don't think it's the killer instinct. I just think once you get old and you rely, like Roy Jones, you relied on your athletic abilities a little bit too much, and you don't have the boxing ability. You know, once that goes, it shows. You know, and I think he had the ability back in 2018 to beat them all, and I think they realized that too. That's why they kept AJ from him. AJ didn't have the boxing skills back then to beat no Wilder. That's why he stayed away from him. And you know, I just never seen nothing like that. I didn't. The ducking is at an all time high, bro. But from 2018, man, to through the COVID time, man, the ducking was at an all time high. That's something that you never really see too much in the heavyweight division. You know, the champion ducking. You know, I mean, we've seen it before, but it's not prevalent in that division. You're supposed to be the baddest dude in the world, man. You ain't supposed to be a dude that's ducking folks. You're supposed to take on all comers. We're seeing that less and less these days. He says, Wilder lost the killing. Okay, yeah, read that. Says Johnny. Says Johnny said, I think it's more Wilder inactivity. That too. Like I was saying before, it all comes back down to, you know, these guys are not staying in the ring. You know, once they make that big money, it's like they don't care anymore. It's like, I mean, they said, look how relaxed Wilder was in his last fight. I mean, he just looked like he just didn't even care. Like he wasn't even worried about it. He gonna get paid either way. He said, did they actually have 50 million on the table and AJ turned? Oh, of course, but they wasn't gonna. Well, they wasn't gonna fight him regardless. So it didn't matter if he had 100 million or 75 million. It didn't matter. They wasn't gonna fight Wilder. You know, they never planned on fighting him. That's why I don't like AJ to this day. To the day, I don't like him because we went through all that back then. Him talking all that crap, and he knew he had no intentions on fighting that man. I just thought that was like the most disgraceful shit ever, bro. I just thought that was the most disgraceful shit ever. He said Parker and all these dudes ducked Wilder. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they gave their belts to AJ. Now he ain't fought in 2 years. They ready to fight. Yeah, because he older now. You know, he's older than these guys. You know, a lot of Wilder opponents were taking um they was taking banned substances and stuff, and they got busted. Mm. Say say he's smoking that hallucinogen stuff that's what his coach say. They allow certain fighters to get away with that. You know, yeah, it's crazy. I was like looking at Marty the manager. I was looking at how many time Victor Conte came over to his channel. I was just like, man, it's like I bet we don't even know the half of it, bro. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Look at Conor Ben, for instance, right? I mean, how is he still in the mix, bro? Just like EJ was saying, all these other guys get frozen out and things like that, but then you get somebody like Conor Ben, Amy, what's her name? I can't say her name. You know, the people who got busted for banned substances, right? But yet they still stay in the top, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like right now, Conor Ben could take a fight. You know what I'm saying? He did not fall through the rankings, from the rankings. He was about to fight Chris Eubanks. I don't think he want to fuck with Chris Eubanks right now. Eubank is looking like a whole different kind of fighter. If he fought like that throughout his career, he would have been on a whole nother level. I've never seen him look this good. So I don't know exactly what it was that was holding Chris Eubanks back. Yeah, yeah, What you said, Johnny said, it's snack consider a form of PA. It's something. It's a form of something. I considered it that because motherfuckers be performing on a whole nother level. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what they got in that thing, the fountain of youth or something. He says Victor Conte admitted he has undetected. Of course. Of course. If you're a chemist master, of course you know how to get around that shit. I mean, hell, you take out one molecule and out of something that's already built, it's something totally different, right? You know what I'm saying? Like if you take like H2O, if you take the goddamn one of the H's out the damn, the H2O and shit, it's something different. H1O, right? If it's H1O, that's not water. You know what I'm saying? That's something totally different. If you're a scientist and you know how to break that shit down and separate it, you know what I'm saying? It's something totally different. It might be a derivative. It may not be as strong, but you might still get the benefits, but and not get this, get it to pop up in the system. You know what I'm saying? If you know how to manipulate molecules and um, the molecular buildup of whatever these things, these PEDs are made of. If you know how to manipulate that shit and take, separate certain attributes and whatever you call it, a substance of it, the makeup of it, and you can make it into something else, and you still get the same, So it's a lot of that going on. It's a lot of that going on. I mean, if we come in here, if April 20th, if we see Devin Haney come in here and knock Ryan Garcia out the damn ring, it's a problem. It's a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a big, huge problem. He says there's supposed to be a documentary on Miss shit. He already got enough stuff out on him already. He already got enough stuff out on him. We already know what it is when it comes. What really gets my goat is when people act dumb. Like, well, why people, think, you like, why, knowing Victor, Victor history, you know what I'm saying, of giving people illegal shit. That's what he did, right? That's what his job was. And people be like, why you suspect these athletes? You know what I'm saying? Just because he's on his program. I'm like, bro, stop the cap. Stop the cap. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing, bro. You know. But the man got a mean base. The man was man had a soul history. He says, it could be like Canelo and accidentally eat tainted taco shit. Come on, man. We know a lot of these boxers are using is boxing is a highly active sport, and to stay up, to train like that, to be on your top of your game every day, bro. It's a tough thing, man. Sometimes you're gonna need that pick me up, to get in that gym and work out. Especially when you're talking about millions of dollars on the line. So you was holding your head when you seen Devin on that documentary. Well, I mean, it's still legal. You know, it ain't like he's like he's got busted. He's still a clean fighter. We haven't seen him do nothing too crazy in the ring. I mean, when he was over in Australia, he didn't like just knock out Cambosa. It wasn't like he was just knocking out kangaroos and shit in training. He's subtly getting stronger. I was impressed when he knocked down Regis. I was impressed. You know what I'm saying? And I do think it has something to do with the weight too. I think it has something to do with the weight. Like I think he's gonna get stronger as he moves up, just like I think Jerron Bootsin is probably gonna get stronger as he goes up. I think Errol Spence Jr. probably gets strong. At the closer he get to the weight class he needs to be in. I just think as you get older, your body needs to be, what I'm saying, you shouldn't be cutting 30, 40 pounds, to make weight. Your body, you've been at that low weight for that long, so it's gonna hurt you in the long run. So, you just never can tell when that's gonna affect you. And I think that's what we saw with EJ. He says, Poole, he says Dale was small as shit before he started messing with Conte. Hey, now he walking around at 165. I think he a big dude anyway, though. I think he was gonna be a big dude. I mean, his heads. You know what they say about them PEDs? Your head size double. And I mean, look like he been eating some hog head cheese. You know what I'm saying? It looked like he been eating some hog head cheese. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but it's kind of like lunch meat, but hog head is cut. You know what I'm saying, in the slices. That boy head is like it's huge. And we all know when we saw Pacquiao, what Pacquiao looked like. What his head, well, fucking pumpkin, his shit just got swole. I was like, man, bro, yeah, that shit is real. And then you start looking at their calves and shit. Let's look at Kev calves, and if his shit start looking like Popeye the Sailor Man and shit, uh-huh, mm-hmm. If his calves start looking like Popeye the Sailor Man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, we already know. But I think they microdosing though. I think a lot of these guys are microdose. They're not as crazy with the shit like in the past where motherfuckers just want to be the Incredible Hulk and shit and double their strength and what I'm saying, they breaking poles and shit as they walk into the ring and shit, like, you know what I mean? Like shit, knocking niggas, like into next week. Shit. He says, Devin and Bud always being gym rats, but as soon as they get with Victor, they big as hell and got Nestle Crunch bumps all over the body. And that's for sure. Hey, it's a side effect. When you start seeing people covering their bodies when they come to the weigh-in, it's telling you, bro, you see that goddamn that teenage acne all in their damn face and stuff, all in their back, and people don't want to admit it. But they know folks gonna be watching that shit, steroids in the system. But one thing about it, if you don't see them shoot up, you can't prove it. He supposed there's no test for what's that, IGF-1 or LR3. No need to microdose. Okay, well, like you say, people gonna figure a way around the system. I don't care what it is. People gonna figure out a way to get around that. It's too much money on the line, and you got your a Victor Conte in your corner. That's big money. That's big money. To suppress, to give you an edge, and saying to you know I think it's worth it. Say if you're gonna try to win and you ain't got the, saying you want that edge. Saying I think having a Victor Conte in your corner to even the playing field probably the best thing for you. Would you say, so John Allison say, "Hey, Pool," he says, Pacquiao strength and conditioning train. He said, not needles in his ass. Come on now. Yeah, you already know. Mm. As soon as people started suspecting Pacquiao of, you know, PEDs, he stopped knocking out people. As soon as that happened, as soon as they saying that he might be doing steroids, he stopped knocking out people. You know what I'm saying? So come on now. You got to use your common sense. Come on now. I mean, y'all know this shit. It's like these guys are using steroids. Y'all know this, and so when your boy Marquez decided to even the playing field, and he put the bing bing on Manny Pacquiao, he put the bing bing on him. Everybody like he's on steroids. He's on steroids. Well, what do you think the hell Pacquiao was on? You know what I'm saying? He just knew that this was a good opportunity because he knew everybody was saying he was on steroids, and so he had to come probably a little clean. He had to come clean that fight, and Marquez played it beautifully. You know what I'm saying? Took his shit. You know what I'm saying? And put the bing bing on him. You know what I'm saying? It was like okay, so he stole a couple of those fights anyway. So Marquez just had to give it back to him. Shit. That bing bing, baby. I was like, bro, whoa, man. I was like, I like Pacquiao, but man, I was going for Marquez that night. And I think it was Christmas. It was one Christmas. I think it was like 2014, something like that, 13, somewhere up in there. And when he hit that mother, oh, I was tripping, boy. I was happy as hell. I was like, oh my God! So he was getting as old as Father Time. I enjoyed it though, man. Yeah, I like those fights. And them guys fought like what 4 times? Shit, you got it at least. Yeah, you know, I thought it was a long overdue. That's a great fight, but they come and go so fast. We just got to get this new generation on board, fellas. We got to somehow we got to get them to fight more often because they turn the boxing fans off by not getting it. I mean, we got enough talent. I mean, you got Golden Boy, you got Top Rank, you got PBC, and you got other leagues. I mean, it should be enough. That should be enough to keep boxing going. I don't want to see all these dudes that what I'm saying. I mean, some of the lower fights at the other networks they be getting it in. I can't even call the networks. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they got like these other boxing networks and stuff that I'm starting to see, and they got some good fights on, bro. It'd be like equal skill. You know what I'm saying? It don't be this bullshit that we be seeing on here. And I think I'm gonna starting exploring some of these other leagues. You know what I'm saying? And they might be like club leagues, but man, some of the fights that be going on, bro, it'd be good skills. You can see people trying to figure each other out. It don't be this, one guy's just way too good for the other guy. You know, so I'm gonna start checking out some of these other avenues. He says he wants to still fight now. Uh, yeah, I see that. I see that. I'm like, is he trying to feed, his entire country? I mean, please. I mean, I know he's a nice guy, but shit, he trying to give everybody in this country a bowl of rice. You know, he trying to get everybody a bowl of rice and some damn fish. And that's commendable. That's commendable. I ain't finna lie to you. That's commendable. But goddamn, you got to have some time to yourself, bro. You know, you got to have some time to yourself. I mean, you ain't responsible for all them damn people. You know, I mean, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. I mean, I know he's a saint to his people. I know he lost the senatorship. Maybe he's trying to get that senatorship. I don't know why a boxer would want to be a damn senator. He said, "Hey, Pooh, what happened to FMG, FMJ versus Pacquiao to be now?" I don't know. I don't even want to see Pacquiao fight again. Tell you the truth, I don't want to see. I don't want to see. He's too old, bro. I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll come out there and you know he'll show good form. But bro, come on. The man like Mayweather. Like I don't want to see Mayweather fight again. Who wants to see Mayweather fight again? Nobody wants to see Mayweather ass out there, bro. People are tired of Mayweather. People are tired of hearing that same shit. You know, I fought 16 champ. I fought more champions than Ali. I fought more champions than any other fight. People get tired. Okay, bro. We've been hearing that shit for 20 years. We've been hearing that shit for like 25 years now, Floyd. It's like it's time to get your ass on and go retire somewhere. You still trying to sell that shit. You still trying to get these checks cut. Okay, we know you're a billionaire. Go sit your ass down. I mean, I be hearing the same shit for 30 years. Nobody fought more champions. Okay, you TBE, bro. It's like, can we please get somebody else? You know. He said, yeah, I seen them fight enough. He said they gotta. Yeah, he can't let the shit go, man. It's like I love the guy, but something a little sick in his head about the fame. I think he likes the attention. But I do love seeing those videos of Floyd and his grandkid. Hell, but the way Floyd going, shit, his grandkid gonna be a damn champion. He gonna still be talking shit. You know, he gonna be still. I'm the greatest. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna still be up there trying to outshine his grandkid and shit. It says nobody fool nobody. But yeah, I just want him to fade. I just want him to be a good um promoter. I was looking at Bill and Oscar De La Hoya hug the other day, and they doing business, man. They're doing the business. I I like when every time your boy would crack on Devin would crack on Ryan Garcia, you see Oscar De La Hoya in the back laughing. I say he really don't like that kid. He really want to see Ryan get his ass whipped. Oh yeah, Camille is nice. He got power too. Like what? I'm just trying to figure out where the hell do Mayweather find these little strong ass little midgets? What I'm saying, in the hood. These little light skinned midgets. Where does he find them? What I'm saying? It's like because he be finding some athletic ass dudes, unless he just got some scouts everywhere. I don't know, but that dude is nice. Speed, um, throwing combinations. Um, I like him. I like the way he fight. He like to fight too. He likes to fight. Got boxing skills, but his inclination is to fight. He's not a counterpuncher like Tank. What I'm saying? He's more of an offensive machine. He says, Poole, he says, Camille is nice. He says, third fight. He said he's already fighting 8 rounds and they are fast tracking him nicely. You can already see it, because they already, about to amp it up. Probably with Tank, they probably gonna amp him up, put him on the line to fight some better fights. He already fighting Frank Martin, so who would be next? He probably would have to come up to 140 and knock some of them dudes out. I think Tank could do it. I think Tank could do it. Um, he just need to get with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody wants to see him defeat those dudes at 135. Now, I think people would be interested to see him fight Lomachenko. You know, I know people be like, "Oh, Lomachenko is too old," but it's the history. You know, it's the history. It's that last little mental block that he got. Tank got. I think if he went ahead and knocked out, I don't think he get a lot of credit for it, but I think for himself, I think it'll be one of them boogeyman conquering your fears type shit. I think he would definitely get over it. You know, I think he would definitely get over the fear of fighting Lomachenko. I think he should have been the first one to fight him, and I think that would have helped him out tremendously. Be the first one to defeat Lomachenko. Well, you know what I'm saying, not the first one, but for him, on his abilities and stuff like that. Because yeah, I like that Karma guy. It's quite a few top rank guy. A few of those guys. Uh, I just want to see what Tiger Johnson fit into the equation at 147. I mean, top rank. It's almost like they're private school. It's like they got their own little thing going on. But I want to see this Tiger Johnson. He's fighting at 147, and Tiger Johnson a bad motherfucker, man, from what it looks like. But I just want to see how what he's gonna do at 147. I'm just really interested because he was an Olympian. Y'all know he was an Olympian, and I just like his ability in the ring. Let's see. Let's see. Tiger Johnson. Wait a minute. Got it wrong. There we go. Tiger Johnson. His name Delente. Yeah, they just call him Tiger. So Golin Galdino was his last fight. Let's see. He fought February 16th. Let's see. TKO. Yeah, UD, couple of UDs. Let's see. This boy's pretty bad right here. I just want to see what he do. Let's see. Age 25. Got a 50% KO ratio out of Cleveland. Okay. Yeah. Tiger Johnson. I just want to see. I mean, they don't fight. They don't fight that much, man. It's like they should be fighting a lot, and they'll become more of a household name. Let's see, what's that? Instagram, Tiger Johnson. Yeah, that's one of my favorite guys. I'm looking at 154, 57. I'm gonna say 157 right now. It's one of my favorite dudes right there. Yeah, Tiger Johnson. He's a bad boy. Good. Okay, you know what I'm saying? He looked like somebody. He looked like somebody that would give Boots some problems. You know what I'm saying? When you look at him, how he move and stuff, he looked like somebody got them skills. Look at it, got the skill set. That's what I'm talking about, man. He just got the quick reflexes. He got the punch selection. He got the defense. You know, I mean, I think he still needs some more development. So look at this shit, man. That kid is a heart attack, man. Matter of fact, he remind me of Boots the way he throwing shit. It's like, where he at though? He's still over at top rank fighting Fighting those little ticky tack fights, you know. Look how he whipping this dude ass. And see that this dude here, he really don't, you know. I mean, you just don't. He's not, you know. You don't know how good he's gonna be against top competition. Is what I'm saying. See, you know, that's Tiger Johnson right there, man. Tiger's shit, man. I mean, I just want to see now. Where does he really stack up in here? Where is his name? Is it just me, or where's Tiger Johnson name up in here? Or do I have the division wrong? Let's see. Yeah, he's not ranked yet. I mean, Tiger Johnson's not ranked. I mean, I know he at 147. So where the hell is his name? Anybody know? He says, I mean, I don't see his name on the list, and he's an incredible fighter. He says, I don't believe Tank ever was scared of Loma. He says Floyd was in control. And Aaron has never going to feed Loma to Tank. Yeah. He said that you might be on point with that. You know, John Allen says, okay, fellas, I'm retiring for the out here, bro. He says, great show pool. He says, y'all party pool place for Cinco de Mayo. Canelo. Oh hell, bro, I ain't watching that shit. I'll tell you for sure I'm not watching that. He says, fool, you trying to get Tiger turned into club to a club fighting to a club fighting boots. No, I'm just looking at his talent. I'm just wondering, you know, because if you look at that division, there's nobody can really stand up to Boots. But when you look at a Tiger Johnson, he looked like somebody who got that skill, somebody who could give Boots some work, you know. So, you know, he said, I ain't watching the hell no. I ain't watching that bullshit, bro. That shit is like, you know, come on. Hell no. Ain't no goddamn way. Let me see. Not, I mean, that's just fake. You know, it's like it's phony. And then, you know, how Canelo gonna say all this time he don't fight no damn Mexicans, and then as soon as he find an easy fight, you know, he was respectful. He was respectful. You're like, man, if you don't get your ass up out of here, tell me he was respectful. I was like, man, I can't stand it, bro. I just can't. And they just let him get away with it. They just let him get away with it. Canelo could do what he want to do. Well, if you don't take that fake stuff up out of here, bro. You know, take that fake stuff up out of here, bro. Let me see. Trying to hook because you know I took some pictures of the fight, but I can't hook it up right now for some reason. You know, I took some pictures of the fight, but it won't connect for me. Sometimes the stuff just don't work. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna make some videos of the fight and put them up in there. I just can't make it work right now. All right. Yeah. Yeah, so I had to make some changes, y'all. I had to make some changes. I had to switch to tanker, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, it's tough, 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 tough. I mean, I had to shut down, you know, all my operation for Landstar, and you know, so I had to switch over, you know, saying to another company. He says, Kashrub says David fighting on Tank's card 175 division. I know I saw where it was talking about they relegated David, you know, from a headliner to, you know, fighting on a man card. I saw that. I said, well, man, you know, I mean, if that's what he got to do, man, that's what he got to do. You know, he got to get you know, you see, Canelo won't fight him, and if you look at the narrative of all the different networks, they keep saying that David should be up at 175 for the longest. So he should know he's not going to get that fight. You know, and that's just sad. You know, that's just sad. You know, that they allow this guy to not fight the interim champions, to be able to just skip over, you know, anybody who's dangerous to him. That's not boxing. You know what I'm saying? That's not boxing at all, you know. I mean, it's so egregious, man. It's just like people just act like shit ain't happening. People don't even care no more. That's what gets on my damn nerves. You know, that's what gets on my nerve about the whole thing, man. You know, it's like I'll be damned. But y'all, I'm for to take it on in the bed. You know what I'm saying? We'll see you guys. Let me see if I get up tomorrow, man. I'll probably get up probably about 1 or 2. See if I can come on, man. It just depends on what my old lady got going on. But you know what I'm saying? I enjoyed you guys. I missed you guys. But, you know, once I get my business straight, you know what I'm saying, we'll be back on like we do. You know what I'm saying? We'll be in there. All right, peace out, fellas.